never put the security and safety of America in jeopardy.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Fair and balanced.
I'll pull my drone out. I'll buzz people.
You play ping pong with your drone. You'll see how really good you are.
There was I watched a movie on ping pong. It's like called Fist of Fury or something weird. But man, have you ever seen these pros play? I have never seen anything like it in my life.
They're standing back 20 feet from the table.
And that ball is just like, boom! You couldn't do that kind of shit, could you? Were you that kind of good? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I might not play him in ping pong. I'm going to let him play a few other people.
I wasn't like that.
You weren't Chinese?
Where'd you play, in college, or where did you learn to play? Did you have a table at home, or what? Oh, my God, okay.
But, I mean, it's been so many years, my God.
Did you play tennis, too, or just table tennis?
It's like riding a bicycle.
Yeah, it takes a little bit to get back into it.
Racket sports are the only ones I actually play.
What is it?
Racket sports are really the only thing I ever did. I mean, I didn't really do sports.
I played tennis 1 year in high school, and then ping pong in military school, and foosball in military school.
I got sucked into helping two people that are trading houses move. Taking everything from one house to the other house to that house.
Me and my dad are taking off Friday to go up to Breckenridge. He's going to be driving.
You taking a motorhome?
Yeah, he's going to take the new bus, and I'm going to see if he's...
Friday, that's party.
Or Saturday, we're leaving. We're going to see if he can handle it. He looked at it, and he goes, I mean, he should have just... I could just tell he was intimidated looking at
That
it.
exhaust brake on that thing?
Oh, it's the best thing ever.
Yeah, know how to use that.
Boy, you come down out of I-70 out of that tunnel. It it does it.
Yours is just automatic?
100%. I have no idea why it knows what's going on, but it does.
Mine has to be switched on.
Well, it does have to be switched on, but it's automatic after that. You just let off the gas and it goes on.
Well, mine also doesn't do the automatic shift down. Because they shift down a gear plus the exhaust restriction comes
Engine
in.
braking,
And
exhaust
braking comes in.
restriction.
Mine's all manual.
You know, that big bastard will go up the highest point either way of the tunnel. It'll pull 45, 50 up that, which I can't believe out of a V10. I cannot believe it pulls that way. Oh, it's crazy.
They're torquey. That's why they put them. They're used to manual. And you see them pull a lot of fairly big vehicles behind them.
They said it wouldn't even change anything. It would still do whatever it does. A little more weight, but I'm going to put a little, I'm looking at a little Yamaha, or no, it was a Honda CRF 230 Enduro. Nice little bike, nothing crazy. It's like 2014. I mean, it's almost
Is it 230 CRF?
Yeah, it's a two.
Oh, yeah.
It's an Enduro.
It's a
four-stroke.
Yeah.
It's a nice little, you know, if you want to run up to the store and back, that's it.
Some of the newer, that CRF stuff is really powerful for its size.
Well, for being a four-stroke.
Yeah. Well, it's...
Oh, I forgot to take. I have to.
I went out years ago. This guy was selling a 500 two-stroke Yamaha. I'm not that big of a guy, man. I went out there and I got on that thing.
Those real tall frames.
It scared the shit out of me. I mean, I drove it down his pasture and back and hauled ass.
It's funny the different stages of life. He's in the loading up
I will
stage.
die on it.
The loading up stage.
Loading up, yeah.
The garage. The motorhome, the motorcycle. And I'm in the liquidation. It's amazing how people go through.
true.
I am in such an unloading.
I'm in the
phase.
liquidation.
I'm in an unloading phase, man. I just fucking love being unfettered. Except
I know, I
I'm
agree.
loaded with aircraft.
Being a minimalist.
Yeah, that's true. You were definitely loaded
And a
with
hangar.
aircraft.
But that's just, I almost don't look at that as a possession.
It is kind of weird. It wasn't long ago when you were my. This is weird. When you were my age now,
The 40-acre
you moved out to
the
Franktown.
horses, the motorhome, the everything, the food table, I didn't have a drone. They didn't have drones. I would have.
Yeah, the
I
hot
would have
tub.
had it.
All the toys.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This hour brought to you by Fuller Law, John Fuller. Fuller Law, a personal injury attorney I hope you never need. It's the kind of thing that if he's there, you're happy he's there. I'm a consumer advocate. This is what we do. We talk about products, services, referrals. We talk about problems, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. John Fuller, Fuller Law, if you are ever in an accident, you have a question about liability, don't call a TV lawyer who just plays one on TV and shows you his strong arm or his big ass. What you really want is someone who shows you the law and how to use the law to your advantage. John Fuller will give you free advice. Call him. He will. Then, if you hire him, he will only collect if you collect. 303-597-4500, personalinjuryco.com. Welcome. 303-713-TALK. Mark?
He got me policy limits. I love throwing that in because the man fought for Suzanne and I when we were in a car accident for a year and a half, and we got every single nickel. Policy limits. Thank you, John Fuller.
Now, you know, talking about that, you know, there's so many uninsured and underinsured people. If you're in an accident and you get one of those, you're screwed. Because really, you know, some people, even if they, let's say they only have $25,000 limit, that's all you're entitled to. It doesn't matter how serious you're injured, because what are you going to do, sue them? If you sue them, you're not going to get anything.
And if they only have a $25,000 limit, they probably don't have anything.
And, okay, today we have Fix It 24/7 in the house, George. He's sitting here. Obviously, if you have any questions on home services, you can call. But he's here to chime in on other things. In fact, I'd like you to call in. And both George and Mark and myself will give you, so the three of us will give you business information, business advice on small to medium business, growing your business. We're happy to do that.
You know what George is?
What?
A disruptor.
Yeah, you know, disrupts
He's an
it.
industry disruptor. Disruptor.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't do things according to the norm.
No, I bet people in your industry, in this town, and I know this for a fact, are very pissed you're back in town.
Yeah, they are. I've heard that from
I have heard it.
people.
Okay, so
me too.
Let's talk to Mike and see what Mike wants to talk about. Hello, Mike.
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
Good. What's going on, Mike?
Major problems with a roofer. It moved to a new town, small little town, where I guess some of these roofers, they know that when you're coming in, you don't know much about the area, and I was forced to get a roof job done because of insurance, because they would have dropped me if I didn't, because it's a fixer-upper. Now, the thing is, I don't
So hold on. So this was not an insurance replacement?
No.
They said they would not insure you until you got a roof.
Well, they would insure me, but basically what happened was, actually that's kind of weird, but they did insure me, but then when they saw the pictures of the house after the closing, they were like, well, we're going to drop you because this is
right.
bad.
So they insured you and then required you to put a roof on.
Right. Well, I took pictures, and then once they saw it was in progress, they took me back. They actually dropped me and took me back.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty common. So what's going on now?
So basically, the roofer is scamming. I mean, this guy has a reputation. I found out afterwards, and
first of all, how'd you find him?
Oh, that's a very good question. From the previous owner's friend. That makes me question that whole scenario, but I won't get into that.
Well, okay, so you found him through a friend. You should have gone to the referral list, referralist.com. So Mike, let's talk about this. When you say you're being scammed, just get right to the scam. What is it?
Well, basically, the roof was short-cutted and damaged. I mean, it's open. It's exposed. I went through arbitration.
Wait, hold on. Okay, now you're being too brief. How much did you pay for this roof?
Oh man, the total price is $13,000.
How much did you pay?
$11,250.
You paid $11,250, and it's not finished.
No.
When you said it was shorted, what do you mean by that?
It was short-cutted, meaning that it's a metal roof, and what he did was he cut it all short, so he didn't have to spend that much money on supplies, and he was putting different type of ridge caps over the roof. They're like 24 wide, but they look like barn caps. I mean, it's horrible. Every roof, I had 8 roofs. So
in other words, it's a bad job.
Oh, it's horrible, yeah.
And what do you mean you went to arbitration? Why did you go to arbitration?
Well, with the county, because of an inspection. I stopped the job. It was so bad when I got home. I saw how bad it was.
What county?
This is Werfeno County.
Werfeno. Oh, really? You're in Werfeno County. How the hell do you get to Werfeno County from New York? Are you from New York? I assume.
Well, I was. Yeah, I was, and then Colorado Springs, and then blah, blah, blah. I can go on.
Well, you want to talk about culture shock?
I don't even know where that is.
Werfeno.
Yeah.
I used to have a joke, Werfeno, and because we had a problem out there one time. We called City Hall, and you could hear cows in the background. So.
Yeah.
You hear like, and it was City Hall. I'm saying, is this City Hall or is this a
the
farm?
mayor owns a local bar?
So listen, And then I did a whole bit on Werfenau County. It was pretty cool. So, Mike, listen, man. This roofer was the only one around, basically?
At the time, yes, because
what kind of arbitration are we talking about? Court-ordered arbitration because you took him...
The county.
Well, that's because, what, did you take him to small claims court and then they ordered...
No, not yet, Tom. Hold on. What I did was I stopped the job so the county inspector could see what's going on.
Gotcha. Then what?
And then they were all on my side. They said, man, this is horrible. You got to redo it, tear it off.
Then what?
Now here's the point. He's trying to make, this roofer is trying to make it look like I stopped the job completely, which I didn't. I only did it for the inspection, and then he was supposed to rehire another team, and then he had a tit for tat with his other team guy because the other team...
So what is he... If I call him right now, what will he say? That you canceled the contract?
He might say that I stopped the job. Today is the day that he was supposed to give me some money. We reasoned together, but this is the third...
Well, does your roof have zero value? Does it have to be torn off and redone?
Yes.
It has zero value?
It has zero value.
Did the inspector say that? It has no value?
The board said you have to tear off all over the metal and start metal all over again.
So this guy has to give you some money back, right?
Well, he claims that's going to happen today, and this is the third week that he's already...
Well, let's give him a call. Why don't we start by calling him?
Okay.
Hold on.
Let me get...
All right? We're going to have somebody come on and talk to you, okay, Mike?
Okay. Cool.
Hold on. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Chris, welcome to the show. What's going on?
Hello?
What's going on, Chris?
Hey, Tom. Good morning.
Hey.
Hey, last Sunday my wife went to the mailbox and came home with a gem from the IRS.
And it says? It
says that I owe them $46,536, or excuse me, I had additional earned income of $46,536, and therefore I owe them $17,000.
I got the notice in front of me that you sent. Can you tell me, is this $46,500 totally made up, or is it a mistake?
Yes. Well, I don't. It's certainly a mistake. I mean, I didn't use. They're claiming that I used a square, and
you used a what?
A square, like that's a MasterCard
credit card
reader.
You put it on your phone and swipe the card
and used it in what?
Well, the IRS is saying it was a restaurant business of some sort.
Wait a minute. So is this? I mean, just between you and me and a few thousands and thousands of people. Are you saying you truly, honest to God, did not make that income in any way, shape, or form?
Absolutely, and it gets even worse than that. But yes, that's absolutely
so it's a mistake.
Correct.
I'm going to get Larson Tax Relief on the air.
It sounds like someone probably used his social to sign up for Square, and it got reported back.
That's exactly what I think happened.
Okay, hold on. We'll take care of it, man. Larson Tax Relief, this is the kind of thing they do. Now, they might say it's a little too expensive. In other words, for what you owe to hire them, they may not. But they will have some advice, and maybe they know what you can do on your own. If this is a mistake, you're not going to be held responsible for it. You really won't be held responsible. Let's talk about Buy and Build. Buyandbuild.net. That's the website, but you got to go see it at 4800 Washington Street. You'll be astounded at plumbing fixtures, electrical fixtures, and how cheap you can get them, even compared to big boxes. They also have tile, laminate floors, hardwood floors, cabinets. I use them for all of my improvements like that. I did an entire bathroom and got all of my supplies for around $1,200. It's unbelievable what you can do there. Buy and Build. I always joke it's at 4800 Washington Street in a big ugly warehouse like the big ugly owner, but then I tell the truth, it's not really that ugly of a warehouse. 4800 Washington Street. Buyandbuild.net.
Should I get the call out on here?
Mark, don't take Larson. Don't touch that. What did he just say?
Take over.
Where's he going?
He gets his blood pressure shows. He said, don't take Larson until he gets back.
I mean, okay, whatever.
Westbound I-70 stop and go in the elevated portion. Westbound P-70 stop and go from Vasquez. All the way to the I-70 interchange.
Oh, I bet he wants to stop there, though.
And then that doesn't always stop. And you can go in, like say, make that small and go look at whatever you want. Traffic and weather.
Oh, Frank Grant, the real estate man, Cam Solar, Art of Granite. I shall do the art of the granite.
So that not only that this IRS.
I'll do Art of Granite coming back in, so you know, sir.
So just to let you know, in the IRS, he checked the IRS account. They got him for in 2014 and 15, also a big chunk of money and stuff.
Did he legitimately?
That he hasn't been. No, he hasn't done anything. It's just him and his wife working.
So that was all phony baloney too?
But he hasn't been audited for those other 2 years as of yet. They just audited him for 2016. But he's got a bunch more of this.
Does it sound like he's trying to pull something or no? Okay.
No. But he just got this. He just got this IRS letter. And of course, when you call the IRS, they're about as helpful as those rocks outside.
I can't wait to get my pool table.
Oh, you haven't got it?
No, we get it today. I haven't shot on an 8-foot table forever. My old house, I bought it from the same. I love this company. They'll grab a pool table that sells brand new for, you know, $5 to $10 grand. He had one up there, $35 grand, made in 1880. Beautiful. I can't. I'm not spending that on a pool table.
Right.
But they refurbed it, put new bumper. I mean, it's brand new. What I didn't realize is most people buy a pool table and they never use it. Literally never use it.
Yeah, I have one. I never use it.
And then the wife says, "Get it out of here."
Then eventually, yeah, they use.
I've never really hardly ever used it.
So then he goes out, he picks them up, he buys them. If they need refurbishing, he does it. Then he sells them for half the price, and they're like brand new, if not brand new.
I wish I would have got mine moved, because when they move them, you may as well put new felt on.
That's what they do out here.
It's just the cost of the felt. Because they got to put it on and everything and stuff, so I screwed up there.
Do you have one?
Yeah, the cat.
Daff, grab one.
But George, I agree. Those pool tables, you get them, you just don't use them as much as you think, unless you got people coming over.
Well,
it's almost anything in life.
I used mine for the first 6 months I was down playing. Even Suzanne would be down playing pool every night at her old house, but then all of a sudden. My Metallica pinball machine, I dropped. You know, I bought that brand new, $5 or $6 grand, a Family Guy one. You know, I played my Metallica one for 2 or 3 months, and there it sits.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
Foosball table's the same thing.
Yeah. It's all now.
You're right. Motorcycles.
If you have a pool in your yard,
there you go, pool.
Now, our hot tub.
Real hot place like Vegas.
We've had our hot tub probably 4 years.
No, I agree with that.
We use it 4 or 5 times a week. We always use the hot tub.
I don't use it that much, but that is one thing you kind of use.
How often would you say you use it?
Well, right now I'm not home a lot, so, but, the first couple of years hardly ever, but right now we use it probably 2-3 times a week when I'm home.
That's good. A lot of people don't.
One thing you just said is Suzanne will go play pool with you or stuff. So my wife will go sit in the hot tub. So if we both will do it, it's more likely to happen. If we both don't do it,
you're very true.
I think it's good for falling asleep in the hot tub.
Oh, I love it.
Just relax.
We'll sit in there. She'll have a glass of wine. I'll have some beers.
You're like rubber. You're rubber.
No, it's good. I'll tell you, we were looking at a sauna. They're not too bad, man. The nice ones, we got so much. Our basement is, God, we were thinking about this. Our basement, the finished area, is about 2,700 square feet. Our first house in Parker was 1,500 square feet. You could fit 3 of our original homes in our house. It's just so weird thinking that way.
You got a dry. You're looking about a dry sauna.
Yeah, so you put them in.
Get infrared, deep infrared. Costco.
That's what they are.
Yeah.
In fact, I looked at the one at Costco or in their catalog.
Wait for the big sale. Yeah.
They look cool. In fact, they come in the same naughty pine our basement is.
Oh, they're easy.
Oh, you bought one?
I got one.
Thanks, man. I pulled up Art of Granite. That was the one I was going to do. So.
Okay. I've called and texted Larson. They're not answering.
Okay.
Anybody else?
That's what I need. I really need them.
Okay. Maybe I'll call them in.
Art of Granite, Mitch Floria. You know, I talked about 4800 Washington Street, buy and build. Let's talk about saving money with Art of Granite. Art of Granite, he's a natural stone importer, and he also does solid surface, and he does countertops. He fabricates and installs them. He doesn't charge you for the tear out and haul away. He doesn't charge you for the design. He doesn't charge you for above wholesale for the material. But you can buy your granite anywhere on his account. He'll let you. So Art of Granite, he does the bathroom free when you do the kitchen. But here's what I love the most. You can get a price on the phone. artofgranite.net, 303-386-5919. Okay, so let's keep going here. This letter, Chris, from the IRS, you say this is not you. They have your name, though, right? Correctly?
Yeah, everything's accurate. And Tom, here's the thing. I mean, you mentioned whether or not I did this. The problem is that when we talked to the IRS, we actually went back and viewed because you can view your taxes online, your filings online, and they did this. The same thing happened in 2015 and 2014, and the IRS just, I guess, hadn't caught it, or hadn't audited me or something. But
what do you mean they did it back then?
Well, because the same thing is on my when you can see your tax filing online, there's added income there as well for 2 previous years.
And they say you owe for 2 previous years as well?
No, the IRS isn't saying that, but when we talked to the IRS, we were able to look online and see all that. We pulled up our previous year's filings.
Here's what I'd do. I'd contact Square. I'd use, tell Square, make sure you're actually calling the real deal. Tell them what's going on and see if you can figure out what bank account and who owns the bank account that money's being put into, and there's the perpetrator.
So Square is what, a credit card processing?
That's right.
And money was put into an account in his name at Square.
Well, they must have used his social in order to sign up for Square. So they might have said, my name is Fred, and here's my social. He somehow slipped through the cracks. But that money is going into a bank account. Whoever owns that bank account is ultimately the perpetrator.
But Mark, you're exactly right, and here's the problem. As far as Square is concerned, they will not take phone calls. The only way that you can contact Square is if
I got somebody. Hold on. I do have somebody from Larson Tax. I just realized this. This is Steve Sizik. Hey, Steve.
Hey, how you doing?
Now, Steve is both a counselor at Larson and he's an attorney. Now, that doesn't mean, he takes tax law into court for you at Larson, but I want to mention he does have a legal background as well. And, Steve, this notice that this guy got is called CP 2000.
Okay.
And what it says is changes to your 2016 tax return. And it shows additional income of $44,000.
46.
Or $46,000. Then it shows he owes $17,000 in tax on it, roughly. So here's the deal. They're just assuming he owes it, and they're saying explanation of your changes. Basically, there was more income than you reported.
Right.
And he is saying when he investigated this, he found out it came from where, Chris?
Square.
And Square is a credit card processing place that shows him receiving money for what? For some kind of restaurant?
Well, that's what the IRS is saying. That's the code.
So, Mark, I don't understand this. When we take a credit card in our business, does the credit card company report to the IRS under our EIN number? And they tell them how much we've gotten, and then the IRS matches that with our receipts?
Yeah, well, I don't know if they necessarily match it with the receipts, but they just look at the tax return in general. If they even audit it and say, okay, well, he filed for X amount of money and some of it came in through here. And this guy's, and Steve, you can say, but they probably looked at it. He said he only made X amount, and then all of a sudden they see this stuff from Square for $46,000. They're like, oh, no, he left out a big chunk.
How does that happen, Steve, that Square, a credit card processor, would report money, and he says he, honest to God, never made this money, he has nothing to do with Square, he has nothing to do with a restaurant? How would he prove that? Does he have to prove it?
Well, first of all, yeah, I mean, obviously the IRS receives any 1099 that's filed with the service directly, and that would be whether, a casino can file it for you, or a bank, or any sort of income that you're receiving that they have to expense. They would be filing a 1099 with the IRS.
But why is Square saying he got the money?
Well, that's the issue, is that, if he didn't actually receive that money, that's an errant 1099. Now, that could be due to Square's error, it could be due to the IRS's error. Happens all the time, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was a 1099.
The taxpayer to prove that they didn't actually get that money. That CP 2000 has an appeals right. So you say, do you agree or do you not agree? If you don't agree, don't sign it. And then it has an address on there to write a letter and say, look, I didn't receive this income. I have no verification that this income was ever received on my end, and I'd like to appeal this. And what they can do is they'll assign you to an appeals officer, and then you can work through it with them directly as to what they're coming up with this information from. You can actually pull what's called a wage and income transcript.
Did you get that, Chris, already?
Looking at.
Did I get a wage and income transcript?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
You should ask for that. It'll verify all of these figures that they're coming from and where they came from specifically. And then you can actually say, look, I received no money from Square during this year. It may require that you produce bank statements to verify that you didn't actually receive
Now,
that money.
Square is reporting a 1099-K they sent to you under a certain Social Security number. Is that your Social Security number?
Well, yeah, it must be, because they're sending this to me. So I'm not disputing that it's got to be my Social Security number or a mistake.
Now, Steve, if somebody used his social, would it show up? Would they send a notice to him then?
Yeah, I mean, essentially it goes on his account with the IRS, and there's an address linked to that account, and that's basically the address you put on
when you
your
sign up for either QuickBooks credit card processing or Square, almost anybody, a babysitter, can get a freaking merchant account now, and honestly, that's the only way you get them is through the social.
Okay, so, Steve, it's possible then they made a mistake with the social. Have you seen this before?
Yeah, no, I deal with it more often than probably the IRS would like to.
Now, you're saying before he bothers hiring Larson Tax Relief, he should go through an appeals process.
If he's not comfortable doing the appeal, obviously we could do that for him. Certainly we're very comfortable with it. It sounds like his facts are fairly straightforward, though.
Yeah.
Larson can get kind of expensive.
Yeah, no, I understand, because
he can handle independently. You want to file that appeal. Determine what they want to verify that this income was not necessarily received. Like
now, listen, if people owe hundreds of thousands of dollars, or even 60, 70, 80,000, you hire Larson. Of course, they're worth every penny, but he only owes 17 grand at worst.
Right.
Well, but that's for this year. Remember, there's two other years before that even.
That'll work out when this one works out, though, man.
Okay.
Do what Steve says. Appeal it. Just be straightforward, and then get back to us.
Let me ask Steve something real quick. What's baffling to me is that was 16, right, Tom?
Yes.
So how come, like with Don Eiley, they didn't match anything up for 10 years, but yet they matched this up on this poor guy, and it's phony baloney?
No, I'll tell you why. And Steve Sissick is familiar with that Don Eiley case. But with Don Eiley, he was filing false 941, saying that there were no employees. Therefore, the IRS was not expecting withholding.
But each year, those employees of those businesses were getting their tax refunds. That's what never got matched up. How did they get a tax refund, Steve, when Eiley was reporting that whatever business had 0 employees? How did they do that?
It's two separate items. So you have a wage and income transcript for the individual, and then you have essentially a separate reporting transcript for a business. And so the business was not necessarily claiming the expenses, and so that was not an issue with the IRS because there wasn't any deductions that were being taken.
So they literally never audited anybody.
Yeah, they were sort of preventing themselves. He was pretty smart. I mean, if you're not taking the expenses, there's no audit risk because the IRS is not trying to determine whether those expenses were legitimate or not.
Now, listen,
interesting situation.
It's terrible. Chris, feel free to call Steve over at Larson if you just need some advice. It's 844-LARSON-TAX. 844-LARSON tax, or LarsonTaxRelief.com, Chris. Just reference this call on the radio show, and then let's just see what direction he can send you. 303-713-8255. This is the kind of thing that happens, and we have helped people, and we have helped people through Larson as well. Listen, Centeno Schultz is offering true living stem cell therapy, and this is something you should avail yourself of if you're in pain. Get an evaluation from Centeno Schultz, and the reason I say that is because they're doctors, MDs. They use true living stem cell therapy if you need it. But you see, if you don't need it, which is most of the time, believe it or not, they have other therapies that are cheaper and better in your particular case. If you need stem cells, they do stem cell therapy. But you don't always need stem cells. They're the ones that will tell you the truth about it. They're not these chiropractor offices forcing amniotic fluid on you. 303-963-9201 for the real deal. Centeno Schultz, also known as Regenex. 303-963-9201.
That guy sounded pretty nervous.
What's that?
That guy sounded pretty nervous because he's just been an employee this whole time, just like many people, and then all of a sudden he gets hit with this. He goes, what is this? So the appeals process will be...
I still don't understand why Eiley stuff didn't get...
Yeah. I think anybody in the business knows how to... And Eiley probably deep down thought this was going to backfire one day. I mean, how can it not backfire?
Well, maybe his exit plan.
I don't know.
You're right.
He might have had an exit. Well, look at the Enron people. They wrote a book, The Smartest People in the Room. They must have known this was going to backfire one day. And maybe they had a...
Here's what I don't get about it. Think of this with Eiley. So, you have a business.
Okay.
You pay your employees X amount. That money's supposed to go to the IRS. At the end of the year, they generally get a tax refund. You understand the basics, right? Now, here's what he would do.
But it was the Social Security stuff that it was, right?
No, it wasn't. It was payroll taxes. Well, it was all of it. It was fucking all of it. It wasn't just any of it. It was all of it. So what would happen is he would tell the IRS there is no employees. But then at the end of the year, he would also give that company W-2s to give to their employees.
And they would file their taxes.
And then they would file their taxes and get a refund that didn't exist in the IRS.
Right.
How did the IRS pay all these people these refunds based upon $0 ever collected? That's the part that blows me away.
They must have terrible software, IRS.
I just don't understand it.
I know.
Keep track of the income.
$12 million over a 10-year period.
Oh man, it might have been more than that. But what I'm saying, you're right.
Trackable.
The IRS is their software they got is just freaking terrible. It should automatically match everything.
Well, I don't know how you do that.
What do you mean? Coming in, going out, it's all by
cash everywhere, dude.
But all the Social Security numbers.
Yeah.
So if someone files a month, all they got to do is say, okay, was this thing paid in by the employer?
How are there so many people just using the Social Security number, just random Social Security numbers, filing for refunds and getting them?
And getting them. Well, they got to have the birthday too.
Oh, good. Okay.
That's what they got. They got the Social Security and birthday.
And I think you're right. They don't have a way of keeping track of.
Oh, it's just terrible. Why wouldn't? It's billions and billions. They don't have software to do this.
And that's why it's important to me.
They remember. They wing it.
I'm
pretty sure that's exactly what they do. Is they wing it.
I think you're exactly right. We'll get it someday.
I got a sense for other people helping our IRS.
Yeah, but they're terrible.
For the last several years, most of their investigators got assigned to Obamacare. There was no organization to handle Obamacare.
But it's just the software. I can
check
to me, that
Dropbox.
seems like the easiest
The whole,
software.
they don't have manpower. They don't have,
Oh, come on.
no, they got a bunch of it got pulled off the handle. There was never an infrastructure set up to handle Obamacare.
So that's what it is Obama forced them to say, hey, we're going to get this Obamacare going. So they said, you take care of this.
So they handed it off
I
the
can see
IRS
that.
to
I can
handle,
see that.
to
Yeah.
manage it.
What a good time to be. Hey, when did Eiley first start doing his shenanigans?
Over 10 years.
Oh, wow.
That's what I'm saying. It took 10 fucking years.
So he's even pre-Obama. Or was it right time that is? And then they're going to be all doing all the...
Well, all the Obama administration did was go after Republicans, according to a lot of
No, this is all the Obamacare stuff. You know, if someone didn't have insurance, that they
Find them.
They would find them. Find them.
Yeah, well, both probably.
It's so weird you had to mandate insurance. Thinking of it from a constitutional law perspective, it seems almost unbelievable you were forced to buy insurance.
Well, remember, they said it was, and the penalty was a tax. It wasn't a fine, it was a tax. But Obama said, no, it wasn't a tax, but that's the Supreme Court
or
rule.
something or something.
The Supreme
And
Court
they
ruled.
but they let it stand.
The
That's
Supreme Court
it was unconstitutional on 2 grounds.
Well, but they said it was because it's a tax, and they can tax.
It's just
Yeah,
wild.
but they have to tax with a vote.
Yeah. It's gotta.
They didn't vote for that tax. They voted for a penalty. Because it's not a tax. Because it's not applicable
He's
to
right.
everyone.
What he's saying is actually right, though.
But that's how the Supreme Court ruled.
Correct, but they were fucking wrong. Is the whole point. Because then you're supposed to vote on the tax.
Hi, Tom Martino. Okay, Fix It 24/7 is with us. George Donaldson, and I want to know. First thing you do when you get into a business, you buy. You've done this in the past. You've done it a few times. You buy a smaller HVAC company or a plumbing company or both. You add electric to it, and you build it up. What's the very first thing you do? What's the very first thing you do in the door? You buy a company. It's making a few grand a month. I mean, you don't have to get into numbers. But what's the very first thing you do?
The very first thing we do is evaluate our team and then start training them and adding people to the team on building customer service.
Do you sometimes
It's all
get rid
about
of?
customer
Do you
service.
sometimes get rid of people?
I mean, they weed themselves out, so I don't have to go in there and fire anybody. They figure out pretty quick if they're going to fit our system or not.
And what's the system? What do you mean? You evaluate your team. What does it mean?
So we teach our guys how to give the most amazing customer service in our industry. So they have to do a lot of work in the home. So if I go buy a company today, a guy is used to doing maintenance calls, right?
Yeah.
Well, they don't actually have to clean the system. So you've seen what happened at your house.
Yeah.
That's work.
Yeah.
Right.
They work their asses
so they
off.
got they can't be lazy. They got to have a work ethic, and they got to be willing to give the service that meet our standards.
Now
And
not
everybody
also,
will.
You also want them to do something extra every time, if they can.
Yeah, it's another thing. I mean, that's the hardest thing to teach, but we want them to look for something that's outside of our industry. If you see something that you can take care of while you're there, that you know how, then take care of it.
One woman said a guy came to do her furnace, and he disappeared for about 25 minutes, and she looked outside, and he was shoveling her walk.
Yeah, we've had a few.
So
of
that's
those.
what you talk about,
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Yeah, so that's why we can't teach it, because I can't teach people to shovel someone's walks every day, right?
Okay.
It's not snowing every day. It's
Now,
just,
this can be applied to your business if you want to call 303-713-TALK. Maria, what's going on with you, Maria? Thanks, George. Maria, what's happening?
Yes, good morning. I'm calling on a follow-up for my sister Tess.
What's going on?
Well, she called last week about her car needing some repair work.
And what's the problem with was she in need or something special? What was it? I don't remember the call specifically.
Okay, she called in and was talking about her Sebring. I brought her and my mom and my sister from Arizona. She was in that real bad accident where she was actually internally decapitated.
Oh, yes. Now I remember. And she needed repairs to her car.
Yes, and she got kind of worried because actually the car is in my husband's name. We went to the dealership so we could co-sign, and since she didn't have any credit, she couldn't co-sign. So my husband put his name on it, and they said within a year she can go in and refinance.
Well, she can, and she'll be able to refinance, and she doesn't have to do it with the dealer. She can do it through Blinker.com.
They wouldn't do it because she said that she's paying $2,000 more than what it's worth.
Who wouldn't do it? How long ago did she buy that car?
This September would be 2 years.
Can she pony up $2,000?
Well, hold on. Here's the problem. We can't go back to the original dealer because it's been 2 years. Who was that original dealer?
Actually, it was Rockies, and we bought like.
And they said she paid how much more?
The bank said that she paid too much more. $2,000.
But wait,
more than it's worth.
Who financed? Did Rockies finance them through one of their lenders?
Yes.
Okay.
A credit bureau.
Now, usually these people won't finance it if it was $2,000 more. So I don't understand how that happened. Did she put $2,000 down?
No.
See, I don't think Rockies could get away with that, or anybody would. And I'm not saying they would. I'm just saying that I don't believe that's the case, because you can't finance a car for that much over unless because banks aren't stupid. They're going to say, wait a minute, we don't have enough collateral. What they'll usually do is require a big down payment. So who said that they can't refinance her? I think here's what happened. The car is depreciating.
Right.
And I think as a result that she is upside down, or maybe she owes too much. She owes more than the car is worth. Is that the case?
That's what they told her, but Rockies wouldn't do that because we got other vehicles through them.
Well, no. It's not that they're doing it. Here's the problem. Some cars depreciate a lot. Now, used cars don't usually depreciate that much to where you're upside down. And how long? She had it 2 years?
This September.
How long did... This is the secret. I know they tried to get you guys into a car, so how long did they finance it for?
I think 3 or 4 years.
Well, that's a big difference, because if they finance it for 4 years, it's possible she's upside down. But it's not just Rockies. You can be upside down in any car, okay? You can be and it's not a function of the car. It's how long you keep it and when you want to get out of it. And refinancing it is technically getting out of it. It's almost like trading it in, because refinancing it, they take a new look at that car's value and a new look at the loan.
Oh.
So here's what I want you to try first.
Okay.
Have her go through blinker.com. If she goes on that app, she can put in information about the car, and they might be able to finance her there.
Okay,
you don't have to sell or buy a car to get it financed at Blinker. If you have a car and you want to refinance it, they will do it. Just try that. Now, what kind of a car? It's a 2007 Sebring?
Yes, but the thing is, we had to call Geico to tow it.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it damaged?
Well, it's not running. It was heating up, and we just called Geico because we've got the...
But what's wrong with it?
Don't know. That's why she called you guys, to see if you could help her figure out what was wrong with it.
The serpentine belt broke.
Right. That was one of the things.
That was one of the things.
Depends how long she ran it overheated, too.
Yeah, I mean, a serpentine belt, they break. I mean, how many miles on this car?
I'm not for sure, but as soon as she overheated, she pulled over, and then she called me to go and get her.
I don't understand what she's calling for.
I don't either. I don't know what she wants. I mean, you got to get the car fixed. Are you seeing if we can get somebody to fix it free?
Or at least look at it. Because she's on a fixed income. And
the problem with a serpentine or belt breaking, if you think about it, whoever looks at it's going to be in it. They got to have the belt on there just to see what else is going on. I know. There's going to be a cost associated no matter what.
Maria, all I can say is we have honest shops that won't gouge her for it, but you know, I thought we had recommended a shop to her.
I don't know. She didn't tell me.
And didn't we say, I said, Daphne, don't we have a place that does low-cost auto repairs for single moms and for different kinds of people?
Yeah, it's pretty specific, but I can check into it.
What is it specific for? What is it specific to?
For being a single mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
It may not fit her category.
Well, actually, she's taking care of my mom, who's got dementia, and my sister, who's my niece, who is an orphan. And she's got power of attorney.
Okay, we'll make a call to them to see if they can help. The other thing we can do is, you know, is the car not running?
No, it's not. And they towed it over to where her apartment complex is, so it's just sitting there.
Will they tow it again to a shop?
No, they're not towing it free. They had to pay for that.
No. I mean, they towed it free.
Maria, I don't really know. I mean, seriously, we're not set up to just necessarily do car repairs free. I mean, her belt broke. That car has to be fixed. We can try to get you a fair deal. Do we have any tow companies that can help out, Mark? Do we?
We have a tow company that'll help out, but let's think it through a little bit. Yeah. Where are we going to tow it?
Let's call Mark. Let's see.
Well, no, it doesn't matter what shop. I mean, all of our shops are good. I'm thinking, okay, so then they're going to have to put a belt on it. And then after they put a belt on it, they're going to find what's really wrong with it. What happens if it threw a belt because the alternator pulley is bent? I mean, this is what I'm saying. So when this stuff happens, we definitely know there's problems. Can she afford anything?
Yeah, so what if they find something wrong?
They will find something wrong.
Is she going to be able to fix it?
I don't think so.
Well, then that's you guys.
I know, but see, they're hoping that we can get it done for her.
Well, I think what we could do is maybe find somebody who could at least put the serpentine belt on there and then go from there, I guess.
Okay, Daphne, get Mark Machowski on and see what it would cost to put a serpentine belt on an 07 Sebring, roughly.
Tell him we might pay for it.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah, find out. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Look, we aim to try to help people as much as we can. We really, really do. Part of the way I help people is by recommending great people like Simply Floors Inc. If you're looking for floor coverings, you know, all of my spots have something in common. They will save you money and they will keep you safe from getting into the liars, cheats, and ripoffs. No, no, no. You'll deal with great people like Buddy Mitchell at Simply Floors Inc. 52nd Ward is the showroom. But you go on the website and you can make your own appointment. They have designer services available. They have all the major floor coverings. No obligation quotes. Quick, no obligation quotes. You can save up to 40% over these big box stores, these so-called mills and outlets. Check them out, 52nd Ward, or go online and make your own appointment at simplyfloorsinc.com.
Phone numbers nowadays. It's almost silly.
Well, and anybody that goes there, they can see the phone number right there. So if they want to convert to old school.
The only thing is that you got a number.
Well, okay, there is it. I got to tell him something when he comes back. I have learned something, though.
There's people without a computer.
No, Peter Boyles does Price Fixer for me. Okay? His audience doesn't fucking go to websites. He's a phone number guy. When they give the website out, because of a lot of his listeners are older, they simply don't respond to websites whatsoever.
Correcto mundo.
I mean, it's like Clint.
Yeah. So this lady, I thought we told her to take it. In fact, just without the serpentine belt, now she probably can't because the power steering's probably on that too. She could drive it somewhere close.
Yeah, but I'm guessing. It's possible the belt is so old and broke.
I'm sure.
I'm guessing something through the fucking belt.
Something
through the belt.
This is an old. I'm sure she hasn't been maintaining it.
No, of course not.
And it's probably just
lunch.
What?
Lunch. There's a deeper problem than
like I say, she said she pulled right over.
That through the belt.
The problem is the idle.
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're
lunch.
The idle equivalent of GM is running so damn many things. The odds are that an idler or alternator or water pump or something did seize up.
Water pump.
Oh wait,
could be a big one.
No, that's 10 years old.
And
that's
if it started overheating and she just pulled over, something's awry there. When that belt breaks, that vehicle's going to stop because the alternator quits.
No, it's not going to stop. No.
It sure could.
You get a lot of dash lights.
No, the battery.
It would light up like a Christmas tree.
Right. That would do. But it should keep on going. The battery should.
So you're saying her battery's in good shape?
No, I'm saying. The battery should run the car if it doesn't have everything else going.
He's talking out of school again, Tom.
The power steering will go away.
He thinks if he talks louder, it makes him more correct.
The power steering will go away right away. That would be noticeable.
Actually, the power steering, the alternator light would go on.
Check engine light.
But you're right. If it started overheating right away, which it probably shouldn't have.
Someone I knew, I get a text. Someone's going to donate $200 towards this seat ring. Let me see who it is.
Yeah.
For $200, I'll go.
Yeah, what a serpentine belt would that be $50 for the belt?
Could be. Pretty long.
Jawline, muscles, and the palate without surgery or painful expanders. Other temporary treatments include progressive soft molds in early stages to speed up the natural growth process for the mouth and face, thereby preventing crooked teeth altogether at times without braces. And when braces are needed, they're needed for a short time compared to Isn't it worth consulting Neo Kids Dentistry and New York?
Yeah, actually, serpentine belt putting on this is very hard. You're right. The overheating bothers you.
Or Neo,
it's bothers them.
Smiles.com. They're also on my referral list at referralist.com. When you're hiring, you don't want to waste time sorting through dozens of irrelevant resumes. You want an efficient way to get to a short list of qualified candidates. That's why you need to do that.
We have so
All right, so, oh, you know who this is?
Who?
Jeez, is that, our Nate? Yeah. Jeez, I feel so bad not knowing it's Nate. But I didn't mark it.
Who's Nate?
What Nate?
From where?
I don't think it is.
Nate, the pilot, Nate?
What is Nate's last name?
Cups.
Yeah, that's not good. Anyhow, we've got, if the parts store, we got $200. We got a guy that'll pay $200 towards the server. Did we get her number?
But I'm what's his name?
A former Obama ambassador says that President Trump is like a velociraptor. I'll take a velociraptor over a walk any day. Join me Thursday at 4.
What are you doing this weekend, George? Anything cool?
Anyway,
just hanging out. I'm going to probably go to the Vegas Knights Capital game Monday night.
Tension device and everything.
Game 1.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Best basements. If you want best basements, then look for best basements. Lent Construction is the guy, and he's got a website that says it all. BestBasementsDenver.com. 20 years in the construction business, licensed, bonded, insured. Every job gets his complete attention with line-by-line pricing. No allowances, so he's not going to cheat you with a low bid and then say, oh, you went over on this and over on that. He puts in real prices for real things so you can see what's costing you. He has complete integration. A basement does not just look like an add-on, an afterthought. And he does the most effective engineering, value engineering, to get you the most bang for your buck. So he doesn't try to do it the most complicated way, but the most cost-efficient and beautiful way. BestBasementsDenver.com. BestBasementsDenver.com. Okay, so we're working on this. She hung up, but if you're listening on the Sebring, we have your phone number. We're trying to get this paid for you through some charity account. We're also trying to get you a good price, but we're going to verify your story. Apparently this woman was disabled, her sister in an auto accident. She has a 2007 Sebring, and the serpentine belt broke. We're going to ask Shane at Budget A1. Shane, you're one of our sponsors. We love you guys. How much does it cost for a serpentine belt on a 07 Sebring roughly to put in? You know, just regular retail, what would it cost?
You're looking at parts and labor for a serpentine belt. You're looking at $96.23 out the door.
Oh, man. You guys, that's reasonable. That's the thing. And then once we get that hooked up, you can do a quick diagnostic for her, right? We can see if anything else is wrong?
Absolutely. We'll put it up on the lift. We'll double-check everything for her, no charge.
Good, Shane. Thank you. Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. They're on my referral list, 301-781-9858. Okay, Daphne, let's get a hold of her. I think Suzanne has her number somewhere. Let's tell him we're going to cover that repair. We certainly appreciate that. We're going to cover that repair. 303-713-8255. Let's talk to Rochelle. Rochelle, welcome. What's happening, Rochelle?
Hi, Tom. I'm calling. I just wanted to know the ins and outs of the lemon law. My son bought a car on the 3rd of
First
May.
of all, it only covers new vehicles. Is it new?
Brand spanking
No.
new.
Okay,
Nope.
and not even leased vehicles, just new vehicles. So then it's out. So there's no reason to go over it, but roughly, it's if they can't fix it on the, you have to give them 3 times to fix it. So actually, if they can't fix it the 4th time, it's weird. I think
it's got to be a problem that you can't drive the vehicle.
Or
it can't be like a radio doesn't work.
Right. Or seriously affects marketability, whichever that means.
And it's got to be out, not consecutive days, but you can add the days together. Cumulative days of 30 plus.
Now, you don't have to have all of those. Like, you can have 4 or more times they can't fix it, 3 or more times. Or they accumulate a total loss of use of 30 days. But it has to be in the first year or the warranty period, whichever is less. If there's a 6-month warranty period, then the lemon law only applies 6 months to them.
But tell us your deal.
Yeah, what is your deal? We can still talk to you. Do you think your son was cheated? Yes, you do.
Absolutely.
Of course, because that every single time somebody has a used car problem, they think they were cheated. Okay, so tell me about the used car. What year is it?
I think it's a 2002 Jeep Cherokee, piece of junk.
And the Jeep Cherokee, man, are they popular with kids. So the Jeep,
Right.
Tell me about the Jeep. Where did he buy it?
Auto Mart.
Auto Mart.
Mm-hmm.
And what did he pay for it?
Oh, too much money. I don't even know the ins and outs. I was trying to stay
What's
out
wrong?
of it 'cause
What's
I don't
wrong
like,
with it?
Yesterday, I seen him, and it's the engine. It's a rod.
It blew a rod.
Yep.
How many miles on it?
I think it's 102.
102,000.
Yep.
And then it might be more than that, but okay. So
Yeah.
where did he buy it? Automart. Where?
Yeah.
Where is it?
I think it's off of Havana.
I missed
really
how
don't
long
know.
ago, Tom? How long
How
was
long
it?
ago did you buy it?
May 3rd.
Oh, he just got it?
Did he call? I mean, if he bought it as is, he's got very little. I mean, this is a problem. This is a real problem for kids. They buy these things, they fall in love with it, and then it turns out to be a piece of junk.
Yeah, but, I mean, come on. Technically, legally, sure, if it was sold as is, but, man, this is 15, 20 days. We need to put some pressure on these cats.
I know. So what do they say they will do for him? Anything?
Well, yesterday he took it in to him. I told him drive it up there now, okay? Because I know I could hear it. And plus he went over. And anyway, he took it up there. They told him that they needed to keep it, and he's basically living out the car, okay? Yeah, I see you laughing, Mark.
What? No, he's not laughing. Why is it? But hold on.
Oh, it's not laughing. I'm going, my God, how can he even drop it off if he's living at it?
What do you mean he's living?
Yeah, right?
What do you mean he's living?
Is. He's working. He's trying to make it on his own, you know. And I really stepped out of line by jumping in and even calling you guys because he needs to learn. He's 23.
Yeah, but you know what?
No, but if they okey-doked him on this car, regardless of the situation, if they sold him something with a bad rod knock, and that's what it sounds like, they need to do something.
Yeah. So listen.
Well, I just talked to him, and they said that first of all, they said he didn't have a service work warranty.
Yeah, but he just bought the damn thing. Deputy Clint, can you give them a call? And what's his first name, your son's first name?
Tyler.
And Clint, throw this in if you need to. I mean, let's walk in with a box of chocolates first, but if we see we're not getting anywhere, I say I go down there and we'll broadcast live and get them some parking lot sale business.
They've reported 0 late payments.
Hold on, you got out of it?
Yes, sir.
All right, hold on. I want to hear the rest of the story coming up. Also, Fix It, 24/7 in the house. FixMyHome.com if you want to find out more about that great company. FixMyHome.com. We got more coming up. I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino.
I know where this is going, the timeshare.
Well, he said he got out of it.
Yeah, I bet it's exchange.
Tom Martino. Now, you've heard me talk a lot about stem
I don't know. We had another guy that emailed earlier.
which led me to send
I see you laughing, she says.
And why would they buy these freaking Jeeps? They're the
The
worst.
kids don't know, man.
Worst cars.
I did it. Dude, I bought a CRX, my very first car, 15.
Only MD.
The clutch went out within like...
More experience than any.
That could have been the way you were driving.
No.
You knew how to drive
like
a clutch.
I was learning, but at the point that it blew the clutch, I mean, I hadn't done anything.
How many miles?
It was like 2 weeks after I got it.
How many miles?
I mean, this was when I was 15. So
Right, but clutch, you were 15. You're right. You didn't
So,
know a whole lot. But now they're so popular. But if you look at Consumer Reports on the old Jeeps, they're the worst of all cars they
So
sell.
it was a TRX, so it was a clutch. We did that, right? Still got it fixed, and then that was 2 weeks into it, and then blew a motor within like the next 30 days. That totally screwed on my car.
Yeah. Of course, that was a few years back, and motors were probably not too expensive back then. Now, even used motor is $4,000. You know, buy the used motor and put it in.
When you're that age, it's just like, cool, give me a car and finance it.
Yeah, you're right.
You know,
You said it was CR or CJ?
the CRX, Honda CRX, little hatchback, 89, piece of crap.
Take action against Pyongyang if it engages in what he called a foolish or reckless act.
No, kids, that's their number one thing.
Oh, I could have. Man, my mom was driving me crazy last night. So they're in town, and we're coming back from dinner. And, you know, it goes like this. You understand, Suzanne moved in with me. She was 16, dude. I was 18. I already had my own apartment for about a year, okay? So she goes, I remember when you came to me and said a girl was going to be moving in with you. And I sat you down and said, well, how are you going to afford your own apartment? I said, I'd already been living in my own apartment. What you're saying doesn't, I don't even understand what you're saying. She acted like I was still living at home and said, I'm going to move out and get... I said, Mom, you guys kicked me out a year before that. I already had my own apartment.
Because of the furniture issue. From the bedroom to the hall to the bedroom.
You love that story.
That's a great story.
So, I definitely went to mental blows with my parents as a teenager. So one of the things I did that really irritated them is I took everything in my bedroom when I was probably 14 or 15. Everything, the mattress, the bed frame, the dresser, and put it in the hallway. You know, I didn't hit any walls. I did it very nice and perfectly. Literally just put everything in the hallway. So, but of course a lot was going on coming up to this. I was grounded, whatever. I was so bored because I was grounded all the time, I put everything in the hallway. So at this point they didn't know what to do, so they called the police. I hear them downstairs. I have my window open a little. They're out front talking to the police on the cordless phone, you know. And I know the police are going to be coming. So while they're out there, I guess whoever they're talking to, dispatch or whatever, is like, listen, don't go back in, just whatever. We're going to send someone over to see what's going on. So, but I can tell by their side of the conversation that I can hear that they're going to stay outside and the police are coming back. So while they're out there, I bring everything back into the room, make it perfect, like nothing happened. So the cop shows up.
And you're like, they're crazy.
And you just nailed it. I said, listen, they're very upset with me.
That's hilarious.
I left. I put one thing out in the hallway, my TV or something, and they just, this is how they've been handling it lately, blah, blah, blah. And he went down and talked to them. They were fucking furious.
Well, you said you were laying on the chair reading your homework book.
I couldn't have played it better.
Yes, sir. How can I help you?
Oh
yes,
no, not again.
I was doing my math.
No, sir. And you'd be like, no, sir,
Oh my God.
Oh man.
You should ask them to remember that.
Oh, I know. Some stuff, even 30 years later, I don't know if I want to bring up with them. But I didn't know what my mom was talking about. I'm like, I didn't even, what do you mean afford an apartment? What are you talking about? I already had a fucking full-time job. I was living on my own. It was so hard, they made me stock manager when I was a little over 17 at Bill's Discount. So I'd open the store up.
Love that place.
And it was a grocery store. The problem was, and you'll know this as a business owner, you can't bond somebody until they're an adult, 18. So here I was dealing with all this cash in the morning and dealing with opening the store, and they couldn't even insure me as an employee, which made me feel great, honestly.
You know what's so bad now that a person there, they didn't do a credit check for your apartment or anything like that.
No.
Which now, you can't get an apartment.
So you can get an apartment at 17 on your own?
No, God, not now.
And that's what's so tough now for kids.
I'm feeling like shit, guys. I think it's my allergies. No, it's not that. That's upset stomach thing. It's an allergy thing or something. I'm like,
did you take some stuff?
I'm sniffling.
Do you do Sudafed?
No, because it makes me either buzz or sleepy. Either one.
I hate taking it, but there's times in the winter I
just did a little one right now, just to see.
I'll tell you what worked for me is
the 4-hour ones that I don't have to. Yeah, but you can get addicted to that shit.
No, not Afrin. This is the actual allergy
Maybe
stuff.
I'll do that.
I wrote on there,
What is
cover
it called?
for
Zyrtec?
rent again today.
It works.
And so
Did you notice moving back here, did your allergies pick back up, or you just never had those issues?
I never had them until I moved, actually.
Oh, you had them there?
So, and when I came
in California, right?
Even when I came back here.
Was it Washington? Where were you?
California.
Yeah,
So there, yes, there.
Go there.
Oh,
we have to get in trouble there. Okay,
So we'll deal with it after
Mark,
the show.
but I'm going to announce it. Get her on.
Get her on? Okay.
Isn't it so weird how, I'm the same way. I never had allergies in my entire life up till maybe 35, 36.
Well, yeah, your body changes every 7 years, so we come and go with things.
God, it sucks though, man.
Every cell in your body is completely replaced in 7 years.
My dad comes back here.
That includes your bones and everything, but besides your bones,
He's
all
fine.
of your cells are
I mean, the oxygen difference.
Oxygen and, like I said,
2 months. Except for your bones. So the reason why 7 years is your bones.
I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This hour brought to you by Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. What's going on in your life? We're helping people each and every day. That's what we do here. I love helping people. Spread the word. We help people. Oh, yeah, you have to endure me, but other than that, that's all there is. We have fun. And, yeah, we have some commercials. They help us. The only different thing is the commercials here are actually our advocates in businesses who help us help others. And I'm going to explain how that works. Like with Ideal Home Loans, they have the, this is what I love, the interest rate guarantee. No matter what the interest rates do, you're guaranteed. If they go up, of course, you stay where you are. If they go down, they'll refinance you free of all lender fees. It's just free. Just go there, idealhomeloans.com, 303-867-7000. They're direct mortgage lenders, and they help bring this show this hour. Also, we have Fix It 24/7 in the house. They're answering any home services questions or how to build your business. If you have any questions, you can get through to 303-MARTINO. We want to give you real down and dirty advice, how to build your business. But one thing I truly want to mention here as far as a help, we work on and off the air. And off the air, Mark was raising money for this woman. We have a charity account we run everything through. She was raising money for Maria's sister, who was brain damaged. She's disabled. She has a 2007 Sebring, and the serpentine belt broke. So Mark was raising money off the air, and then Deputy Daff, who's filling in for Suzanne today, she was working on getting Budget A1 here. Budget A1 said they can do that whole job for under $100. Right. And then we're also going to manage to get that towed. And that's it. We're going to take care of it, but we're first going to verify your sister's story. We want to make sure she's in need. Okay? Okay?
Yes.
So we're going to take care of that, and then after the serpentine belt is done, we're going to have it analyzed fully with a full diagnostic free of charge from Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair, okay?
We've got some great guys at Cast Iron Recovery that'll get it towed.
Cast Iron Recovery is the tow company. So people, so Maria, see how this works? We help you by rallying the troops.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you hang in there. Make sure we have all our information, Daff. Thank you. So you see, that's what it's all about. Cast Iron Recovery, they're on the referral list. Budget A1 Transmission Auto Repair, they're on the referral list. People help people. So let's keep going, all right? Brenda, what's going on with you, Brenda?
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
I'd love to get your advice on this.
What?
We ordered some furniture from Overstock.com.
I've ordered from there.
Yeah, and it was delivered on May the 4th. On May the 5th, I let them know on their website that it was the wrong item.
Oh, they're good at sending stuff back.
Well, it's been 3 weeks. I've contacted them and followed up with them 11 times.
Wait a minute. Did they receive the stuff, first of all?
No, they have not. I initiated the return refund. They don't confirm it on the website.
But wait a minute. How did you ship it back?
I didn't. It's still in my house.
Oh, you didn't get an authorization yet?
That is correct.
Why?
I followed up. I don't know. I followed up 11 times with the chat representative. I save all the texts of the chats. I recorded the phone call. I have all my numbers. I'm very detailed. They tell me each time that I'll be contacted within 24 hours. That has not happened. I've received one email from them. They asked me to provide pictures, which I did.
Why are you sending it back?
It's the wrong item. It's the wrong model.
Okay, I would do it.
Hamilton.
I would do it through my credit card right now and see what they do. And tell them that they will not get back to you. Credit card, that's the first thing I would do. We'll get involved, but here's what I want you to do first. Sometimes there are additional steps, and then Brenda will remember this when you call back. Here's what you do. You call you go online to your credit card company, you dispute the charge in that it was defective, or it is defective if it's the wrong item, or if they have a place to put wrong item, fine. And have you attempted to contact the merchant? Yes. And have they gotten back to you? No response. That's what you do immediately to get because I assume you did it on a credit card, right?
Yes, sir.
And I recommend everyone use a credit card for online purchases, and a special credit card for just online that you use for nothing else. Now, we have an electrical question. Dave here, Fix It, does electrical now. They do plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric. Hey, Dave, what's your question?
Yeah, this will be an easy one for you.
In fact, you know, he started out years and years ago. As he said, I tell people I've known him 30 years, he said he would have been 8 because I actually knew him about 20 years or so. But anyway, the bottom line is he started out as an electrician. He's a master electrician. So go ahead.
Okay, this is a quick, easy one for you. I get power line comes in the back of my house from the pole in the backyard.
Okay.
And we had a tree limb come down, and it kind of hit the wire, and it pulled the mast off the house. And I don't know whether that's a public service or an XL Energy issue, or whether I contact an electrician.
Who does that, George?
Yeah, it's your responsibility. So
what do you do if you go over there? Do you contact XL to get it turned off while you're fixing it?
No, we don't. They'll come back and redo the connections after we fix it, but an electrician has to go out and completely redo the mast. Now,
yeah, but while you're redoing the mast, do you do it with a live wire?
We do, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We work with we do. And, yeah, so, but your insurance company will cover that. That is a claim. So, a lot of people, if it's just your mast, so if you're just if it didn't damage your panel, it's just the mast, it probably isn't worth making a claim, but that is something you could do if you'd like to.
Now, listen, did it do anything to your panel?
No, it didn't. This mast comes out kind of under the eave of the house.
And did it? And your connections are all intact?
Yes, and they just had like a glass insulator, screwed into the roof to.
But you guys can fix that?
We can fix it. Yeah, we can do that. I mean, it is the homeowner's responsibility when that happens. XL will not fix it.
Do you have any idea of cost range? Any idea?
Yeah, it's usually about 12 to 1500, depending on. I mean, if any of it's reusable or not. I mean, try to reuse part of it if we can. But usually you have to rebuild the entire mast.
Really, really good advice.
All right, well, fixmyhome.com if you want to know about it. Larry, what's happening with you? Larry, welcome.
Yeah, hi, Tom. I was just calling because I'm one of the homeowners that has been identified as having a home in Green Valley Ranch that is part of the affordable housing program thing.
Are you the one getting screwed where you have to move out?
Well, I'm not sure if it's gone that far yet. I'm just been recently identified as that, so I'm trying to find out.
Well, here's how it works, Larry. Those homes were originally designated as affordable. Therefore, the people who bought them had to stay in there a certain amount of time, but they also had to sell to people who were affordable or who needed affordable homes. Otherwise, they did not get the favorable terms. And as a result, people have been getting letters, and I thought they were told to move or sell, but I don't know what's going to happen. We can find out the latest if you'd like. But what are you calling about specifically?
Yeah, that's just kind of what I was wondering. I assume maybe that if there were any attorneys out there already representing other folks in the same situation or something like that.
We'll find out for you.
Yeah.
Who's keeping up on it here? I know we've had a couple questions on it. Did you work on it, Dan? Deputy Dan? It seems a little too
I worked a different one on Stapleton at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
boy, there are a bunch of idiots out there that have messed this thing up.
I thought it was supposed to be a deed restriction recorded that the title company would have known.
No, they didn't.
It wasn't a deed restriction.
The city set it up. The
city dropped the ball on this thing.
So if there was no deed restriction, how can they force Eric or any other Larry or any other homeowner? How can they force them to do something?
I have no idea. We should get an official response from the city on this deal.
We need to get an update for everyone, actually. I'm going to write this down, Larry.
Is Green Valley, or whatever he said, is that part of Denver?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. We need to get a response from these guys. They're clowns.
Hold on. Daphne, would you make a note that we need to look into the affordable housing program and where it is right now? We all heard about it, but where is it today? Clint, you want to help her out? And then we'll get a report tomorrow and get you back. Get his information so we can get him back. Maybe we can get his actual address and do a search on it.
How could Denver foobar this so badly? I don't understand.
I think it was Ross's show that just earlier this week they had on, and they said Denver was
backing off until they decided what to do with
Hey,
this.
maybe if Ross is in the house, we can get Ross on.
Let me go snag him.
Let's see if he has talked about it, okay? And we'll get him on. Hold on, Larry. And Eric, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. So let's continue with you and this timeshare. Wasn't it a timeshare? Eric? Eric?
The settlement statement.
Okay.
They reported it on my credit. And
okay, so you got out of a timeshare, but they put it on your credit as what, a foreclosure?
Correct. It says deed in lieu of foreclosure. However, on all of the settlement statements, there is no mention of foreclosure at all. It just says
it's not a foreclosure. It's a deed. It's a deed in lieu of foreclosure.
Well, I understand that, but it's preventing me from getting a mortgage.
I can't believe that someone. Well, I can't. First of all, who handled your timeshare exit?
Timeshare exit team.
Okay.
And I wasn't. And you handled some problems with them.
Right.
With me.
Yeah. And did they take care of it? Hold on. Did they come back and take care of it for you free of charge?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
good. Excellent. But Eric, there's not much we or they can do about that because truly...
No, wait.
What?
Go ahead.
Because truly, when people get out of a timeshare, they are doing a deed in lieu of a foreclosure. They are.
Well,
I mean...
Actually, they didn't report any. There's no other negative report. It shows 0 late payments.
But were you ever... So are you saying you were never late?
Correct.
I know, but in your settlement,
I
know, Eric, I understand that. But in your agreement, you gave them the deed back and got out of all obligation.
And I gave them a settlement amount of $2,770.
Ooh, wait a minute. You did. That's right. You did have to settle. So I'm wondering if it. So I'm wondering if it's a. It sounds more like a buyout than a deed in lieu of.
Correct.
Hold on. Did you call back? It could be. See, this is the problem. It's not technically Timeshare Exit Team's problem, except...
No, I understand.
Hold on. But you didn't let me finish. However, I think they have a responsibility to you to follow this through. Did you call them back?
I have not.
Here's what I want you to do. You know the guy we got you in touch with to solve your problem to begin with?
Yes, sir.
I want you to call them back and say you talked to me. Now, we appreciate what they did for you. They took your case free of charge because of the long delay. Start out by saying we appreciate that, but we're wondering if they can help us reclassify that. And I think they'll call the timeshare development team and reclassify that. That's what I would do. Call us back if you have a problem, but start there. Call that specific guy that Brandon gave me as a contact, okay? Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney. Now, remember that name because most likely you're going to know someone who gets into trouble. And I hope you aren't that person. But some people drink. They have the summer Barbies. They go out and they drink some bubbly. They go to a ball game. They have too much to drink. It's stupid. You don't have to, especially with Uber and Lyft. But here's the point. Joe Lazzara is there, even if you want to just throw yourself at the mercy of the court, admit you did something wrong. He's also there for those who made stupid mistakes and those falsely accused. Whatever it is, Joe Lazzara is not going to judge you. He's going to represent you. 303-429-6200. Lazzara Legal, that's 2 Z's. Lazzara, LazzaraLegal.com, 303-429-6200.
Below us. The kid on this Jeep, first of all, it doesn't have 102, it has 302,000 miles.
What are you saying?
He paid $10,000 for it.
Oh, you're kidding.
Because he has terrible credit. But he came back in out of the blue yesterday with it making a noise. And they said, we need to wait about, they said, the guys are at lunch, and plus there's cars on the lift. You can wait about 45 minutes, we'll get it in and see what's going on. And the kid says, well, I can't stay and left. And he's never come back. So he's driving it with this frickin' noise. If he continues driving it, it is a rod. He's going to...
At 202,000 miles, the engine shot.
Yeah, the engine shot. And,
I tell you, why do people call in with zero information?
The kid's got terrible credit.
All those people along Federal hit on that.
All those people along Federal.
Mm-hmm.
Is it North Federal up there in that area? No idea. Might be.
Federal and Colfax.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know, his mom called, and they told him he needs to get the car back there. He can't keep driving. It may not be a major thing, the noise, but they don't know.
Oh, you're talking about that one?
Yeah, they don't know what the noise is.
Well, 200,000 miles, and it sounds like a rod knock. I'm guessing it's a fucking rod knock, right?
Could be. But the kids continue to drive it.
But he can't bring it up there?
He showed up yesterday out of the Clear Blue right at lunch. They said it'd be about 45 minutes before he could get in, and the kid disappeared and never come back.
So is he working, or where is he
He's
driving?
living in the car.
Yeah, but where's he driving
I
around
don't know.
at? Is he working?
I don't know.
Uber!
I tell you, these
Uber,
moms,
yeah.
I can't believe you didn't pick up on Rochelle.
Rochelle.
You should have asked, are you from Long?
Or Miss?
You know, and Rochelle, their last name is Averette. And I said, French, right? Rochelle Averette. Could you have a more French name? I said, oh, that's French, right? I don't know.
I would have thought Italian. No. Rochelle's not an Italian name?
Rochelle's, I think, real French. And Averette, I know is French. Anyway.
Did they get Ross and stuff to call? He had a show earlier this week, and he had a show 3 weeks ago. Or
No, it was like earlier this week about that same thing, and they said Denver right now is...
Denver's so... This is what all
Denver's
that
They
taxpayer
foobarred it, man.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
All
Denver
on that
this whole
affordable
housing shit. I mean, they couldn't have fucking done it worse.
And that's why I said when San Francisco was going to have that, they need to call Denver.
Yeah. Ross had an attorney on this handling the money.
Millions of dollars they spent on that.
I texted him. He is not. He's not in the building that I could find.
He had an attorney on was talking about it. And they said at this point Denver was just on hold until
the one I had it earlier near in Stapleton. Absolutely, the realtor knew that it was low.
Daphne, I'm going to give you Ross's number. Call him.
And
Oh
they
wait,
took her.
hold on. Go off air.
Health issue, anxiety, depression, or trauma related to substance abuse, please know you're not alone. There's help. Call the Raleigh House today. They've established a special number to address your concerns. 720-893-55.
Hey, we just got your number from Mark.
There's 2,000 people that watch it?
What's that?
At least.
Really?
Oh my goodness. And then the downloads, there's even more. And then we have...
How do you get the banners on the top?
Oh, we do that.
That's what Dan does.
That's his job.
That's his
I
job.
never see it.
Oh,
No.
We rotate him all through there as an endorsement, don't we?
When we no. Only when you do his commercials. Those other ones are sold constantly.
Yeah.
Like anytime he does your live commercial, you're on.
Yeah.
Or when you talk.
But when you're just talking, just throughout
But
the
like
show,
Frank Duran, like you'll see his all the
so
time.
now heating in there.
He pays for that.
What? Yeah.
They
So you
pay for that.
That's what I'm saying. So
Oh, we can put you up.
Oh,
constantly.
just email me.
yeah.
It's not expensive, my God. But we but we put you up whenever you're talking or whenever I do your commercials. You're always up there.
Yeah.
No, he's talking about
I'm talking about like right now.
typical talk.
Right now.
Excel's up right now.
Yeah, see,
Exactly.
Our core ones are Excel, 888, Frank Duran, and who else?
Ross did not answer. I'll keep trying.
888 got a copy. He loves you. He loves you.
Who does?
Yes.
Frank Duran?
No, the 888 guy. He
I mean, he copies some of the advertising, but he can't copy the.
No, he likes you though, man. He really looks
admires
up to you.
He really said, man, can I meet him?
And not in a queer way.
Not that we know.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Part of that.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Cam Solar. GoCamSolar.com. I don't know what you think about solar, George, at Fix It 24/7, but I mean, and as an electrician, but God, have you ever wired solar, George?
Yeah, you know, in California we got into it in my company there, and it just really, I think, was more of a distraction for us. So
Yeah.
so we really
leave it
got
to
out
the
of
experts.
It. Yeah.
I'll tell you, Cam Solar, you know there are a lot of fly-by-nights in this business. I'm so happy they came on board. We searched them out, by the way, and they were out of Texas. They have 3,000 systems operating. They came into Denver. They do a 20-year bumper-to-bumper equipment warranty. And a lot of this is carried by the manufacturer, so it's a guaranteed thing. You also have an energy production guarantee. They do an analysis in 20 minutes of your home and your location, and they do that by software that can tell if you have an efficient location, and then they go ahead and do an estimate if it's worth it. But there's never a dime out of your pocket because of the tax incentives and because of the utility company rebates. Remember that. Not a penny out of your pocket. You also get great financing, and you own the system instead of leasing. Now, that means there's no complications when you go to sell. You just pay it off or you make it part of the sale. 720-449-2935. But it's easier to do this. Go CAM, that's C-A-M, gocamsolar.com, and then put a /troubleshooter. Read all about them. Okay, so we have a lot going on, and we have this affordable housing thing. We're trying to get a hold of somebody, Larry, if you want to hang. And now Cheryl's talking about a hot tub. Cheryl, what's going on?
Well, I purchased a hot tub in February from Aqua Spas. Actually, it's a swim spa.
Now is the company called Aqua Spas?
Yes.
Now, I used to be associated with them many years ago, and they were a pretty good company. Are they out of Fort Collins?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember them. They were a pretty good company. So what's going on?
Well, I purchased this, and when we purchased it, we purchased what we thought was a scratch and dent or last year's model.
Yeah.
We told them we would accept a 2016 or 17 when they were trying to find this deal for us. And they called me, well, let me go back. I purchased it in February. We had to put in cement. We had to hire an electrician.
Yeah, of course. Uh-huh.
So when they come to deliver it, they call me in March, and they said, we can deliver it in April. I said, okay, great. Well, April 27th is the 27th is the day I received it. They called me 15 minutes before it was supposed to be here. I had already hired a crane to come out. You have to have a crane to crane it over your house, whatever. And they called me and said, we made a mistake, and the skirt is gray, and it was supposed to come with a dark brown skirt. And she said, you know, what do you want to do? And I said, well, they're already on their way. Do I have to make a decision today? And she said, well, no. Okay, so they bring it. It comes with the gray skirt on it. And I said, well, I guess it's okay because it might get hot and my grandkids will get burned, whatever. So maybe I'll take the gray one. So they said, well, we don't have a gray top for you. So they give me this used top that has holes in it, and it's faded, and it's filthy, and it's torn everywhere. And they said when the new one comes in May 7th, I guess, was when the truck would come in, we'll bring the new one out, the gray one. I said, okay. We put water in it. The next day, because when they put the top on, they didn't have the lifter bars. One of the lifter bars was missing out of the box.
So where does all this stand today? That was a pretty clear story. Where does it stand today?
Well, the next day I decided I wanted the brown skirt and the brown top.
You wanted to go back to the original.
Right, to what I paid for.
Where does that stand?
Well, they're telling me now if I want it that I have to pay for it because I accepted the gray one and I signed off on it.
You did accept it. I mean, that isn't fair. I mean, you accepted it. I think they need to get you a new gray top.
Okay. Well, when I signed the paperwork that said I received it, I said, does this tie me into having to keep the gray skirt?
Cheryl, I can't personally, I have no ties with them whatsoever. I just disclosed that I used to years and years ago. I know nothing about them now. But if anybody called with the same problem, you accepted the gray. I am with you 100% on getting a brand new gray top. Are they willing to do that?
Well, they were supposed to call me when it came in May 7th. And
so you still do not have your new gray top. We can call and make sure you get your new gray top because you deserve that. But now to just undo everything and go back to brown and brown, I just think it's a bit unfair because they could have probably taken that back in the beginning, but it's too difficult to do now. And you say, well, I asked, is this going to tie me in? None of those side conversations matter. I can't prove them. I can't hold them to it. Just like I can't hold you to it if they said the same thing. I would say, yeah, really? Show me something. But I would be happy to call right now and say, look, Aqua Spas, you seem to be a fine company. Why don't you preserve your reputation and give her a new gray top as soon as possible? And we'll get it done. Now, is that arm still bent on the other one?
No, they came out the next day and they put the arm on. But at that time, we found out we have a leak in this brand new spa.
Okay, it's around a fitting or something?
Yes.
Yeah, you know, here's another thing you're not going to believe, but it's not that uncommon. I mean, it really isn't. I'm not saying, you know, now obviously if this is a lemon, that's a different story. But, you know, let's face it, they called you to begin with to tell you that a gray one was coming by mistake. And then you had an opportunity at that time to say, well, don't bring it. But I understand about the crane and about all the other stuff. Here's what I want to ask you. Did that leak get fixed yet?
Yes, it did.
Okay, then it's fixed. I mean, are you afraid you might have had a lemon or something?
I'm afraid that what I purchased was a used spa because it had stains all over the bottom of it. It had.
I thought you said you agreed to some kind of second or something.
I did. Just one that they said had maybe.
Could this have been a demo or something?
Yes, but it's a 2015.
How much did you pay for it?
$25,000.
What? What?
Yes.
How big is this?
It's 8 by 20.
It's one of those swimmers.
Oh my God. Okay.
It's a two-seater.
All right, hold on. I'm not so okay. 8 by 20 is a little.
It's a walk-in tub by Bentley Baths.
It's a swim spa, man. It's 8 by 20. It's almost a swimming pool, for God's sakes.
Right.
Okay.
It has a hot tub in one end and the swimming area in the other.
All right.
You made me jump about 3 feet.
I know.
Okay, here's my other issue. When we filled it with water, I couldn't get the hot tub clear. It was green and slimy, and all of this black, nasty crap came out of the jets. And it looks like a used spa. It came with rusty handles.
I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that. What does it say on your receipt or your contract? Does it say used? Does it say reconditioned? Does it say scratch and dent? Does it say old? What does it say?
It says Overstock Blem, full warranty.
Okay. Well, if you got a full warranty, that's one thing. But if it looks, does it look?
You know what a blem is?
Now,
a blem is a blemished unit.
I understand, but tell me the truth. When you look at this, and let's forget the top. Let's say we get you a new top, but be honest now. Don't exaggerate. When you look at it, does it look used?
Yes.
Tom?
Yeah.
I want to go out and see it. These are stored outdoors for years.
Well, I know.
So
okay, well here I called
some
Master
of them are.
Spas, who is the one that delivered it to Aqua Spas.
Do you have a master spa?
It's a fitness swim spa H2X. It's made by Master Spas.
Oh, that's good. That's really good, by the way. Hold on. I want to know if she's as bad off as she thinks. I want you to, Clint, I want you to investigate this, like, as soon as possible.
Let's look at it.
Yeah, and have her send us some photos. Hold on, Cheryl. I don't know these guys from Adam anymore, but I don't remember them being bad guys. Hey, Cindy, we're going to come back to you with that grandson question on custody. And Larry, we're still trying to get you an answer. Daff, if we can't get Larry an answer soon, we'll have to bring him back, because I want to open up that line. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, if you're looking for someone to take care of your car, to be your car nanny, Pro Auto Care. Now, I know you can take it to repair shops, but you know when you go to Pro Auto Care, you not only get the repair or the maintenance you need, you get 36,000 miles in between each service, which is virtually all the time, basically. You get free roadside assistance and a warranty on all work they do. Imagine that. And you get reminders about anything that needs to be done to your car. They are your car nanny. 303-PRO-AUTO. That's the phone number. And it's also the website, 303proauto.com.
This is your station for the 16K a day giveaway. Coming up at 5 after the hour on KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. You may not believe it.
You are lying to me right now.
But it's actually really easy to win.
It was pretty easy.
$1,000.
That is crazy.
It's the 16K a day giveaway. Listen every hour at 5 past the hour. Weekdays 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. on 630 KHOW. Brought to you by Wind River Spas. Manufacturing hot tubs in Colorado since 1978. A local company that specializes in a chemical-free experience for you and your family. Wind River Spas. Made in Colorado for Colorado. WindRiverSpas.com.
Spin it, spin it, spin it with Spin Blend.
If you're just mixing your summer salads and sandwiches with mayonnaise or Miracle Whip, you're doing it wrong. But if you're spinning your summer salads and sandwiches with Spin Blend real salad dressing, you're doing it right. Unlike Miracle Whip, Spin Blend uses no high fructose corn syrup, so you know what you're serving is healthier and naturally delicious. So don't just make a sandwich, spin it. Don't just mix a salad, spin it with Spin Blend real salad dressing.
Spin it, spin it, spin it with Spin Blend.
Coloradans 62 and older, are you not feeling as financially secure as you'd like to? Is cash flow tight? Are you retiring or experiencing a life change?
Consider a reverse mortgage from American Financing. Reverse mortgages are loans that pay you
You can
monthly by
ski
using
in.
equity
You go
in your
skiing,
home.
you
They
ski
also
on
protect
it.
your spouse from possibly
20
losing
minutes.
your home if you
You know,
pass
it's a big
away.
long run.
And FHA insurance.
Not if you do triple black diamond, baby.
Yeah, that was like an hour and a half.
But I say, so you look at them, they go out of town, they wait till they
Not if you fall
30
in
seconds,
love.
at the most.
You still own your home, but now have access to your equity when you need it most.
Well,
with a reverse mortgage from
if
American
it's a long 40, 50-minute run, Mark, because
with
you're
financial
not good at it, it's not fun.
That's right.
It'll be fun later, but that ain't fun.
You fell a couple times, didn't you?
Well, learning sucks, but it's the same with surfing, right? I mean, once you're good at it, it'll be fun.
Right, but like I say, you just don't get much of a, well, I guess the thrill is there. Right?
Well, go get some big waves. I mean,
California's got not too many big waves, though, huh?
oh, yeah. Well, there is some places where there's huge waves. Yeah.
Not like Hawaii, though.
Well, we're gonna be on the North Shore. Apparently, that's the real
And you're gonna try it, right? At least once?
No.
Come on.
I'm gonna hunt.
It might be good.
I'm gonna hunt and kill those big sea turtles.
I mean, those type waves, you don't know. I mean, you're not super. Even if
See
you're
what
not
I'm
gonna kill you.
Your home is
Oh,
more
you
than
got it.
Oh, yeah.
Take a dog cart.
Well, no, that's
What?
So, why?
Yeah.
Big
So,
I mean, it's
why
wonderful
is
to
the
do that.
houses recorded by the beginning? Apparently, the order is
I
not
just wanted to
recorded.
let
They're
her-
having it
You
recorded.
could say that. Up here is probably
I know, but
issues
it's
like
still, they don't actually.
Mark, I asked
ask
Ross to
for
call
that
back
ever.
on
We
if
just
we
let
get
troubleshooters.
connected.
That's all.
Rochelle called
That's all.
again.
Rochelle?
The music.
Call 720-449-2935.
And, you know, she goes, I'm colored. And I said, oh, really?
Why'd she say that?
I have no idea. But she goes, and then her last name is McCullen. She goes, I'm smoked Irish, which I loved. I thought that was so cute. She said her son's name is a different last name. And she heard you guys talking about her on the radio.
Well, no, Clint called out.
Let's,
Oh, it's Clint, not you? She said to
Yeah,
him.
no, no.
No, that one, that card really began as for actual lives. So when I fire off the live,
And I
that's
said,
part of
oh,
what it is.
and then she
The
said, it was
recorded
so
lives
cute.
are
I love that she
separate
said,
processes.
I'm smoked
So that
Irish.
just tells everybody.
No pills, no
Maybe she said,
Call now for full information. But that's the only one not local.
Yeah, Jill.
maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm,
Yeah.
sorry, Rochelle.
If Viagra and Cialis have let you down, call Evolution Medical Group at
I'm colored. That's a weird thing to call up and say.
8955 today and get your.
What's the relevancy? I don't get it.
Call 303-420-8955.
I don't know.
Or visit their website at evolutionmedicalgroup.com.
Is the IRS
So your house is probably
Get your peace of mind back.
jumped a bunch
GoToSolutions.com.
out there in Orange County,
This
huh?
is the Sean Hannity Show. As a talk show,
Just like his taxes.
Straight news.
Like I say, when I was.
Especially now, the new tax plan.
It's
That's
gonna-
why I really want to move on.
Oh,
Right,
my,
right,
it's
right.
gonna kill him.
Oh, yeah.
You can only write 10,000 off on the combined,
Well, not just
interest.
that, but the biggest thing is your state tax is 13%. Used to at least be deductible from federal. Now it's not.
Well, yes.
You're going to
Up
see
to
you thought
10,000.
you've seen a lot of people coming from California before now. I mean, oh, it's going to be
They almost.
millions will be coming.
Oh no, or Seattle. It looks like they're on the verge of
Seattle, yeah.
getting rid of Starbucks and the other one out there, Amazon. They upset them
The
so
head
bad.
tax, the head tax.
Come on, it's
another pure gray morning. Don't know what the day.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, Rocky's Auto, 63rd and Federal. You hear us talk about used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. You can find them at Rocky's Monday through Friday, 9 to 7. On Saturdays, 9 to 6. 303-426-4646. 40 lenders to choose from. So they have someone that will meet you. You know, if you have like marginal credit, if you have great credit, if you want to put a lot down, a little down, if you have to go long, if you have to go short. But always remember, Rocky's does not care if you shop around. They encourage it. They just ask that you put them on the list. Come on. Isn't that a smart thing to do? Rocky's Autos, 63rd and Federal. And I will say this to you. I have never seen a deal ever with Rocky's, a bad deal where they intentionally hurt anyone. Now, there have been times the car or truck wasn't perfect. Had nothing to do with Rocky's. It just wasn't perfect. And they, whenever there's a screw-up, they try to make it right. They try to satisfy everyone. Rocky's. 303-426-4646. 63rd and Federal. Okay, let's keep going. So Cindy's got something about her grandchild. We also have Fix It 24/7 in the house. I'm going to hit them up for a special, but it can't be a regular special. It has to be a special. Now, they have electrical. Maybe we ought to think of something in the electrical department, too. They have the electrical, they have their plumbing, and their heating and cooling.
How about an entire house free of furniture?
I don't understand. Oh, give them a house?
Yeah.
No,
that would be special.
It's Fix My Home. It's FixMyHome.com, not give you a home.com. Fix My Home. Listen, I got an idea for plumbing, though. I got an idea.
Did you see George's face?
Yeah. Cindy, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. I hope this is a real simple question. We are needing to get full custody of our grandson, and I'm just wondering if it's not going to be contested.
Oh, hold on. It will not be. Now, who is the biological parent that is related to you?
My son.
And he is not going to contest. What about the biological mom?
He is also not going to contest.
Who is not? Wait, the biological mom.
Yeah, right. She lives in New Mexico.
And she has given up all her rights?
No, she has not given up her rights. At this time, we have 50-50 custody with her.
Under court-ordered custody?
Yes. Not
him, but you. So grandma and her, you share 50-50?
Yes.
Okay. And he's out of the picture?
No, he is around, but he is...
No, I'm asking as far as the parenting plan.
Yeah. Yes.
He's on the parenting plan?
No, he's not.
Okay.
No.
So it's just the parenting plan is between you and her, and it's court-ordered 50-50.
Right. Except that when she moved to New Mexico, that became null and void, and we have had him in our home since.
Yeah. Well, you would file, and we can get Bonnie Shields on for you, but to say what to do. But I believe you would file a modification. Now, I'm just giving you process, not legal advice on how to do it or what to say in it. But you would do a modification, I think, first and foremost. And then I think you move to adopt. Do you want to adopt, or you just want the custody? If you just want the custody, you just go for a modification.
Okay.
And then in the parenting plan, the modification would be custody and decision-making. Who has decision-making right now?
We do. His mom gave us a power of attorney.
No, I'm asking decision-making in the parenting plan.
Oh, we're supposed to discuss things with mom and dad.
Got you.
We have the ultimate.
In the parenting plan, where is it filed? What county?
Adams.
Okay. I would use Bonnie Shields to do a modification of parenting plan, especially if it's uncontested. I don't believe you're going to have to you're not going to have to prove. I don't think you'll have to prove this endangerment level. You would just have to get her consent, and you would modify it so you get 100% custody, and then you get 100% decision making.
Okay.
But you got to go through an attorney, and I recommend Bonnie because she'll give you a bulk price on something. That's not a good word, bulk. A unit price, like, okay, you want this done, it'll cost this much. And then, especially not contested.
Right. Okay.
Cindy, how old is your grandson?
He's 11.
Does he call you mom or grandma?
Grandma.
Okay. So you got a good relationship with him?
Yes.
How is he doing? How does he do knowing his parents, in essence, don't want him, don't care about him?
That's not really the situation. They do care about him, but they're not capable of taking care of him.
Yeah, they care too much about themselves.
Well, they're both mentally ill.
Okay, enough said. Enough said.
Yeah.
What kind of mental illness, Cindy?
Bipolar, schizoaffective disorder.
Make sure you have this little boy tested from time to time, since he's going to be yours.
He's already a mess.
Oh, he is?
Which is why
is he in counseling?
Custody. He's in counseling. He's been in residential treatment.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, my heart goes out to you,
now,
Cindy. You're doing a great thing, man. It's not like you planned on having another child, right?
Right, for sure. But we love him, and we want to do what's best for him. We just feel like we need full decision making.
Of course you do.
Because there's so many things going on now that we need to just be able to do rather than having to get everybody's...
Bonnie Shield's number, 303, I think it's 1927. What's the first? It's 303 what?
303-798-1927.
798-1927. My memory is slipping a bit. I usually memorize everything, and I knew it was 1927. 798-1927. Okay. We got to do something with Larry, okay? Did we get anybody at all, Daft, to answer him? Larry, we're going to have to just continue this investigation and get somebody on about this, okay? We've been trying to get someone on this show. We're going to have to bring you back tomorrow. Daphne, mark this for the affordable housing thing. We got to get an update. I'm going to ask Ross Kaminsky to help me out, too, since he's been delving into this. So, Dan or Mark, would you remember to talk to Ross?
Yeah, I've already texted
Good.
him.
Excellent. Okay, so we can cut that line loose and talk to Jeff. And I have an email for Fix-It as well. Go ahead, Jeff. What's happening?
Hi, Tom. Yep. So 9 years ago, I had a DUI. This was before I joined the Navy, and I went through I was going through all the therapy courses at the time. I didn't complete them, though, and they shipped me off to boot camp and to submarine training school. And from there, I went to Guam. So given that time change and being underwater, I kind of fell out of touch with the course system. And being in Guam, all the therapy schools there Colorado didn't recognize the certifications that they had.
I understand.
The Navy didn't have a program at the time for that either.
Yeah. So did the Navy know that you had some undone business like this?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
What
So
did they didn't do anything?
No, they really couldn't because I didn't get it while I was in the Navy. So they didn't have a program set up for that.
It was right before you went in?
Right.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And
usually
so
they would say you got to take care of this first before you join or something, I would think.
That's what I would think too. I went through a whole background investigation. I have my top.
Are you still in the Navy?
And no, I just got out 2 months ago.
Okay, well, thank you for your service. And what can I do for you now, man?
Well, due to the warrant for failure to appear to court, I turned myself in 2 days ago.
What you should do, right?
Yeah, I wanted to get this over the shadow hanging over my head, away from
So you got booked in, and then they let you out,
Right.
I'm sure, right?
Yep. And now my new court date is June 6th. So I want to know how to approach the situation, and if I can provide any documentation to show that I've been...
Well, yeah. The service, that's easy. That's easy to, with the service. But I want you need Joe Lazzara. You need an attorney to represent you. It's not going to cost much, but you need someone there, man.
That's what I figured, yeah.
And he's a great guy. If you want a referral, that's he is truly a good guy. I've referred him many times, and again, he'll tell you what it'll cost, and he'll give you an idea. It's Joe Lazzara, and it's 303-429-6200. And just if you can't get, you'll get a hold of him. He'll answer you and tell him we referred you because, especially being a vet, he'll take care of you.
Okay.
He'll give you a special rate. Tell him you're a vet, and that we talked about a vet discount. He really will. He'll take care of you. Okay, I got to take a break. Otherwise, Brutus is going to come in here and beat me up. Century RV has their big, giant, 30,000 square foot indoor facility. Yes, It's air conditioned if it gets too hot. It's heated if it gets too cold. And you have indoor comfort for new and used RVs right over north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims next to Woodley's. That's their big, giant used showroom, and they got some new stuff there. But they also have a service department up north. If you go north on I-25, the turnoff to Longmont on Highway 119 right there along Frontage Road, that's where they are. SentryRV.com. They have a service department, which is great because when you have an RV, you can't get into normal places. Mark just bought one from them. He loves them. SentryRV.com, 303-451-1111.
Be able to tell if she stopped the order on this top 3 times because she can't decide what color she wants.
On the top, or you mean, okay.
Yeah.
So what are they going to do?
Well, they're just waiting for her to make a final decision as to whether she wants to.
Oh, no, but she's saying it's all fucked up and used and old. Other people have, when she said, like,
and they said
they used it as an aquarium for a while.
Yeah, what they told me is they fill them with water to test them at the factory. They drain them as best they can, and they go and they're stored sometimes inside, sometimes outside.
Oh, so there's always going to be
some water in there that will go bad.
Actually, that makes sense. And that's a big-ass thing, man. They're not selling a shitload of those.
No, and they said the fact that she had a pipe that wasn't glued correctly should have told them that it couldn't have been used. They're all glued joint anyway.
She just didn't realize it was going to show up. You know what happens? They go out to these home shows, they see them. They're pristine out there.
Yeah.
And then when they come, you know what? They should clean them up, though. I dropped 25 grand on a spa. That thing better be spotless.
They said normally they fill it, but their electrician hadn't gotten everything ready. So normally they fill them and check them for leaks.
We bought a plastic pool at Walmart, and I got a shop vac and just, blows bubbles.
There you go. Probably just almost as good.
Take some measurements, he'll get you a preliminary price.
That's what the kids play in.
I don't have this too often, but I've had a letdown on your medication.
What do you mean a letdown?
Oh, you'll shock and pain.
So everything's right?
It'll kick in eventually, but not always perfect.
They do beautiful work, and it's a 1 to 4 week turnaround.
I'm blessed about how well it does work.
Free, they tear out and haul away your old kitchen and your old bath free. ArtofGranite.net, 303-386-5919, 303-386-5919. At House Modern Showroom, they do things.
What'd you get out here? Just a little townhome or something? Apartment?
No, I don't. I stay in a hotel when I come. I don't,
Oh, you do?
Yeah. So.
Oh, I think you told me you go to those weekly things, right?
He goes to the ones they pay by the hour.
No.
I'll take noon to 1.
With
like right now, I'm only here for 2 nights. We just bought a company in Dallas. So. We actually did get an apartment there because my business partner's moving there.
That's good. Hands on.
But otherwise, just wherever I go, I stay in a hotel.
That's terrible. We were talking to someone that's out here a lot who stays in one of these weekly places. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, like what is that?
Yeah, right.
And I've seen one time. I was thinking, man, that's
yeah, but at least you got your own kitchenette, whatever hotel you might have microwave.
Depending on your hotel. Yeah, some have them, but I mean, all I use is freaking shower and bed. That's all I need anyway.
Bed, TV, go to bed.
When you don't watch TV, I don't do anything.
Is that who they called when it was time for them to get a mortgage? When you hear an on-air personality.
When you went to that donkey show,
that was by the hour.
Gallup, New Mexico. I got stuck in Gallup because I couldn't get out. I couldn't fly out for the weather. And there's a hotel right there on the field. I walk in, open the drapes, and there's a row of machine gun bullet holes through the window in the back wall. And I walk in the bathroom, and I couldn't tell you what it was, but some furry critter ran out the window. It was really bad.
First time my kids were out of the country, we went from San Diego, and I said, let's just bring them out. They were 2 and 4 or 1 and 3. They're really young. Let's just bring them into Mexico real quick into Tijuana, and we'll come back. So we hit the donkey show. No, just kidding. But we drove through, and it didn't dawn on me because of 9/11. This is how far back this was. Coming back in the turmoil, we sat in line for 5 hours. It was the worst idea I ever had, just to bring them into a different country.
You went right in.
Right in.
Yeah.
In a matter of seconds.
That's the same way Algodones.
And then all of a sudden I'm seeing this line. And I'm going, oh my God, this is the dumbest thing we ever did.
And now the illness, you can't drive in. It's only a walk-in.
Well, you drive from San Diego to LA, there's these signs like, they got people like running across the road, watch for immigrants running across the road.
They really have.
Oh, absolutely. They got signs.
Like the deer crossing.
Right, only they got like an adult with a kid in hand and stuff on the sign.
How do you know that they're illegal, though? How do you know they're not just the locals? The Canadians.
Guessing.
How do you know? Do they have curly hair with insurance?
Hi, Tom Martino. Fix It 24/7 in the house. We also have an email for them. They do home services, plumbing, heating, electrical, and air conditioning. And George, quickly, do you do septics? They want to know. Anything with septics?
Yeah, we do.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you pump them out?
No, we don't.
Damn. No, that's a normal service, but you do repairs and stuff.
Yeah, we
Okay.
do. We're not the best people to call for them, to be honest, but we.
No, I understand.
If somebody
Yeah.
uses us,
if they're one of your customers, right?
A member or something, we'll do a little bit with it.
And are there any, we had this email before, and I kind of put it on, I don't have the email in front of me anymore, but they were asking about an oil boiler. Have you ever heard of an oil-fueled boiler?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I. They have them back east, I know, but you have not come. But you guys, like when we had that old boiler, you had a boiler expert. Do you have different experts for different, like, rare kinds of things like that?
We do. We have 4 different people that know boilers, but...
So if it's fueled by oil, the only difference would be what? It's fuel, really, wouldn't it?
It must be diesel, though, not oil.
That's
diesel,
that's what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant. It's heating oil, they call it, heating oil, and it's in a kerosene, or is it? It's like a kerosene, right? Anyway,
they had them here in this marketplace.
Well, this one emailer must. It was some kind of big barn or something.
Definitely, that's very rare.
Yeah. So, but you, in other words, let's put it this way: if somebody has something like that, does it cost to find out? I mean, what if your guy?
We'd probably figure it out, but I mean, it's gonna be any company here because there's so few of those.
So few.
You're gonna be stretched to find somebody.
Do you like in-floor heating?
Do I like it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's really cool. What is that driven by? A boiler? We were talking about it the other day. I think it's the best heat I've ever had.
It's cool.
Yeah, well, there's two types. I mean, there is electric in-floor heating that people install when they're installing floors, but a boiler, yes, goes through.
So it's hot water going through, and is it water going through there, or a glycol, or some kind of mixture?
No, it's a. I mean, I'm not a plumber.
No,
so
I know. I was just curious. Do you know? But it's like a hot water system, except it goes through the floor.
It's water.
It's a radiant system. Have you ever heard of the flat panels that go on? They're electrical, and I'm serious now. And they're supposed to be very efficient. They're run by electric, but they're flat pads that go behind drywall. No, not behind drywall. On the drywall, they paste or somehow on the drywall, and you cover over them. I know it sounds weird. You look them up. They're radiant heaters. And they're for small rooms and stuff that had electrical. Hey, Ryan, we did not forget you, but we didn't have time to take this. They searched your house without a warrant. We are definitely going to take you and try to get an attorney on for this, okay? Also, I want to tell everyone we have open lines at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, and I'm going to put out a contest for something free from Fix It 24/7. So you stay tuned for that coming up.
Let's come up with a cool contest. What can we give away? Like service.
She's on the line.
A free plumbing inspection, heating, and...
What's the contest, though?
I don't know. We'll come up with something. Those barn units, they burn use additional.
We can post the jingle on your website if you wanted to, and they can come up with a song.
Okay.
Whoever does the best song, I don't know if anyone will do it, but...
No, I want to do a jingle. Their own jingle. We have a jingle, but I want to see if they can come up with a jingle. Well, you say play the jingle and come up with the words.
So if you post it on your, you post the jingle, and then in between they can put their own words. Like it starts off and finishes. They fill in the blank.
How do we? But what do they get?
Well, I wanted to do it so we can hear it live. That's the thing. Okay, what I'll do is, I gotta get that jingle to him. Hold on, let me see if I can.
I can sing anything.
6024 has a.
Wait, I'm gonna do this.
Music?
I think
How's
maybe.
it go? How's it going?
Oh, I hate it. Oh, God, it sticks in your mind. I hate it. I don't know why you have. I hate it.
It sticks in your mind. That's
Yes,
the point.
okay, good.
That's the point.
Yeah, but like, it's a small world after all. That sticks in my mind. I don't like it.
Hey, $500. That's the contest. Doesn't even have to be our services. $500.
Please leave a message.
Hold on,
I'm not here.
Oh, listen to this dreadful thing. Ready? Hold on, guys. Listen.
Who could it be? Believe it or not.
Okay, ready?
You listen to it a few times. It definitely. See, right here, they would come up with their own words all the way through, right? But there's
I'm not so sure
there's
about
that, but longer in between.
Well, no. Do you want the longer in between or this one?
No longer for more work.
Okay.
Yeah, for the contest.
Okay, let me ask you something, bro. Did you pay a lot for that?
No.
What are you getting at?
He did it last night.
Hey, Tom, it sticks in your head.
Who wrote
You can't get it out of your head, right?
What?
It's some company that did our
That
company.
does
Yeah,
things.
that's what they do.
Do you remember Charlie Sheen?
I thought I had to say in
But
and
Tom,
out. I don't have to say in and
but
out.
Tom, so you remember we were if your house is in trouble, call the green bubble. On TV that works because you can see the green bubble and connect it. On the radio we had to redo it and come up with something that still because we spent.
I'm going to send you an MP3 I want played for a contest.
I like It's a Small World. You should literally just rip that off. It's a small world. Call us now. Call 24 hours. It's now.
Bullshit.
Call us right now. Call us now. It's a small world. And then we could do the same one for every sponsor.
Drew. What's the roofing company that you hear all the time? Is it Golden? Not Golden Roofing.
Golden Spike Roofing.
Yeah.
When your roof
You know what?
needs a
He did a
fix.
good job on that one.
Yeah.
303, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'll tell you a good one. They haven't heard it for a while. The Tree Farm. Tree Farm is good. Oh, I'll tell you the best jingle ever. Ready? Cars for Kids with a K.
Oh, yeah.
I never even heard of it.
Oh, my God. It's everywhere. Have you heard Cars for Kids?
How does it go? I don't know.
Yeah,
see? How good is it?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, where?
You put them on the
Sing it.
spot.
Carsforkids.com. Hold on. I got to remember it. You put me on the spot. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
For kids.
Yeah. Rochelle calls me in there because she wants to get out of the middle of it. She wants me to talk to her son direct. I said, okay, what's his number? Oh, I don't know his phone number.
Well, what the hell are we supposed to do?
Rochelle, go back
She's
to the line.
going to text it to me when she gets it or finds
He's going from Aurora
Hey, can you
to...
work a deal for Sean?
Who's Sean?
Hicks. He wants a deal for Century RV.
Sean Hicks. Oh, they are cheap, man. What's he want, though? What's he looking for?
Subject to credit approval. U.S. only.
Oh, he's looking for
Tell him to email me the one on the
a fifth wheel.
the website he's looking for.
Fifth wheel.
They'll sell him the Cougar less than anybody in the country.
Yeah,
Period. End of story.
Those Cougar fifth wheels, I see them sitting out up there.
They're the largest Cougar dealer in the country.
Yeah. I drove right up.
If he sends me the exact unit or something, but I'm telling you, there's no margin in that shit. There's no one cheaper. It's hard to bargain when literally no one else is cheaper.
Fact is, nobody knows when it's going to be. That's why you need Bosch Icon wiper blades. $10 off a pair. They provide superior.
I can't wait to get up to Brack, man. John Jones from Integra, his kid owns a pizza place up there.
Is it just you and your dad?
Yeah. It is good, man, that pizza place.
So what time's the party Friday?
It starts at 6, but I mean, you can swing by whenever, man.
Can I fly in?
I would love for you to fly. I think that'd be cool.
I think I'll be cool.
What, are you bringing your sisters?
No, they're not here on Monday. Stephanie was mistaken.
Oh, okay.
Just Steph and I'll fly.
What you could do is if you go flying today with my dad, drop them back off at my house so I don't have to go drive up there.
Now, Tom Martino on 630 K-Now.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe where we are helping people each and every day. Wow, we love helping people. This hour brought to you
by Flexident of Colorado. Hail damage. If you don't have paint damage, you can have it fixed like it was never there before. It does not devalue the car. It's the preferred way to do it. Insurance companies love them. And by the way, that's why I tell you about it, because I'm here to help you in every part of your life. You give us a call. We even do neighbor versus neighbor. We do, career. We do how to help your business. We also do buying, selling, problems in between. And it's just something that we do. And we love doing it. And Century RV, you will love. You will love all the Cam Solar, the Arctic Granite Rockies, all of these guys. We do it for a reason, okay? Now listen, as I said, the show is all about help. When you hear a problem, you will sometimes hear the results on the same show, but often what we do is we continue it, and we're working on it behind the scenes. So if you ever want to know how something ended up, please let us know, and we will tell you about it. Now, on the Flexident, they have multiple locations. They're not these guys that come in with a tent and then take off. So call them or look them up. It's Flexident of Colorado.com, 303-619-6273. Okay, Ryan said the police searched his house without permission or without a warrant. Now, they can't do that. The only times police can enter your home is with a warrant, or if they think someone is in danger. But they don't search. They have to go in and get the danger. They just can't look around. Even if they're in there because they think you're dangerous or you committed a crime, they can bust in. But they can't go looking around like after they get you, or they can't. It's very tricky. I was hoping to get somebody on to talk about this, but I first want to know what your specific question is. This is Ryan. Ryan, what's happening?
How are you doing today, Tom?
I'm doing okay. When did this happen?
So this happened at the end of February.
Now, why are you just calling?
Well, I had put in an email about a month and a half ago.
Tell us what's going on.
So basically, when I picked my daughter up from school, and when I was pulling back in the condo complex, I saw undercover coming through.
What time was this of day?
About 3:30. Okay. When I got back to the house.
Picked up daughter from school at about 3:30. You're coming back?
Yeah, I'm coming back. I already know it's an undercover.
Okay, why do you know that? I never look at people say that's undercover. I mean, are you a suspicious kind of guy? Are you a criminal?
No. Yeah, well, I have from 95. I have a charge from 95 and one for marijuana possession from 2000.
All right, so you see what looked like undercover. What were they doing?
Well, they were driving really slow through the parking lot.
And what
they were
did...
looking at all the building numbers.
And what... Okay, and what did you do?
Well, I just got my daughter out of the car, grabbed her backpack, and we just headed towards my condo. No big deal. I got her inside.
Did you think for any reason they were there for you?
I wouldn't put it past me. I wasn't 100% for sure.
But why? I mean, I just don't think that way.
Something's really weird here.
Like if I pull in and I see police, I don't think, oh, they're here. They're there for me.
The community I live in, I live basically off of Wadsworth and C470. Everybody that lives in the condo complex is either really old or they're out of town all the time. They're always at business, especially in the middle of the day.
So you were one of the few you thought if they're there, they're there to look at you.
Yeah, they're there to look at me.
Oh, weird. Okay, that's weird.
So what'd you do though? What were you hiding?
No, well, what's going on? Let's hear the story. What happened then?
So basically, my dog takes off out the door. My daughter's inside. No big deal. I go outside to get my dog, and sure enough, it's a Jeffco escorting a freaking Greenwood Village detective over, and apparently it was just a knock and talk. And he was like, "This looks like you," and had a couple surveillance photos. And I was like,
Okay, surveillance photos of what? What were they suspecting? Drug dealing?
Gas station. No drug dealing. Gas station.
That you got gas and...
Nope, not that I got gas. He said that you bought this.
What? Burglary? What are we talking about?
Ryan, hold on.
Burglary.
Ryan.
No burglary.
Ryan, slow down. Ryan,
hold on.
Ryan, just wait a minute. You have to understand that we have no idea what you're talking about. You're telling us
I know.
that somebody knocks on your door and shows surveillance pictures of you at a gas station. Why?
Well, I can bring it back to, do you remember the guy at Who Hut that did all that credit card fraud at Who Hut?
No, but go ahead.
Okay. He worked for me over at a restaurant that I manage in DTC.
Okay.
And when I caught him, I fired him.
Okay.
And I what he had on him, I destroyed and threw it away. Well, it was tracked back to our restaurant also, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
So could this guy have thrown you under the bus and said, "Hey, my manager was making me do it"?
Yeah, he had just gotten out of jail about 2 months before.
Okay, do you think he ratted you out?
Oh, well, I wasn't doing anything, so there's a good chance.
Okay.
He said that he was working with me or anything.
Okay,
else.
I got you.
Didn't go into all
So
that.
what were in these surveillance photos? They say this looks like you, and you just go, "Yeah, I'm getting gas." So what's the big
it didn't
whoop?
even look like me.
Okay, but what were the photos? They don't just take pictures of people pumping gas. What were you doing?
Pumping gas. I went inside the store.
And then what?
The store. I picked up a Muscle Milk. I picked up a pack of cigarettes and paid for it and left.
And why did they take pictures of this? Why did they take?
Debit card.
Okay.
I don't know. That was it.
So they said, "Ryan, we got you dead to right. Here, we can prove you bought Muscle Milk, and here are the photos." Is that what it was?
Well, he was like, "I want to know if you're involved." And
in what?
Like, well,
did he say
involved?
Involved?
Trying to figure out.
Involved in what?
Into it yet? He hadn't gone into it yet.
Okay, Ryan. He said to you, "This looks like you."
Yeah.
And we got you at this place, and we want to know if you're involved.
Yeah.
Ryan, that makes absolutely no sense. They walk up to you out of the blue and say, "Here are some photos. This is you. You're at this place, and we want to know if you're involved." Did you happen to say involved in what?
Yes, I did.
And what did they say?
He said, "We'd like to come inside," and I said, "No." "We'd like to come inside and talk some more," and I said, "No, you're not coming inside my house."
And then what?
I'm still trying to get my dog at this time, and I'm like, "Get inside." And I have a little chihuahua. I'm like, "Get inside." And right when I said get inside, they walked right inside, right behind the dog. And that was it.
Did they did they think you were telling them to go inside?
Yes. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
Fine,
So
get
then-
inside. Right. So they went inside, and then what did they do?
And he was like, he opened it up. He was like, "I've got this one here of you purchasing this." I was like, "Yeah, it's on my debit card. I can show you on my
yeah." And then what?
If you'd like to see it. And he was like, "We need to know about this X person."
Right. And who's the person they wanted to know about? The guy that was arrested?
Yes.
And what did you say?
I said, all I know is that I fired him, and he went to a couple different restaurants, and he was arrested at Who Hut, and that's the last thing I know.
And then what?
And he was like, "Well, I see a bunch of computers in your house." I was like, "You see 2 computers in my house."
Yeah.
And what do you want? He was like, "I'd like to take a look at them." And I said, "Absolutely not." I was like, "I'm not giving you my computers."
Right. And then what?
And then he said, "Okay, well, I'm going to get a warrant to search your house."
Okay,
said,
good.
"Okay."
Then what?
That's fine. So now at that point, the detective from Greenwood Village called for the on-call DA, and the Jefferson County sheriff, or the Jefferson County officer.
Yes.
Told me that I had to step out of my house while they got the search warrant. And I said, "No, you need to step out of my house."
Well, actually, okay. They wanted to preserve what they called could be a crime scene, and they had the right to ask you that, okay?
That's no problem.
Then what?
Well, he tells me to grab a coat for my daughter and myself, and I said, "Okay, I'm going to grab my hoodie off the couch. I'm going to grab my daughter's coat off the couch."
Right.
That's where I put them. He was like, "No, take the black one by the door."
Okay.
Big dress coat. And I said, "No." He said, "My hoodie's got my keys in it." He's like, "No, you're taking this one." And he grabbed the coat up off the wall.
Yeah.
Patted it down.
Okay, that's fine. Listen, they're just trying to control the scene. So far, it's a pain. I wouldn't like it, but there's nothing wrong yet. What happened then?
There was a gun in the pocket. And
a what? A gun in the pocket?
Yep.
Brick of cocaine on the floor.
Okay, hold on. So, Ryan, you just happen to have a gun in your pocket?
Yes.
And then what?
For my jacket. And first of all, I had my other coat. So I had my other coat in my hand. And
what other coat? The hoodie?
So I had my hoodie. I had my hoodie that was on the couch. He grabbed the coat off the hook and proceeded to search it.
I understand, and found a gun.
Yes.
Then
and
what?
Then after that, they escorted me out, put me in handcuffs, and the warrant still hadn't come through yet, and charged me with palpo.
With what?
Possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
Well, okay. Oh, you didn't even tell me you were a convicted felon.
Yeah, I said I had a charge from 1995.
Okay, you didn't say you were a felon, though. I didn't know that. Okay,
okay.
So far, what they did is right, because what they're going to say is they were escorting you out. They wanted to give you a coat, and they wanted to make sure there was nothing in it. And so it's not going to be, I don't think, fruit from the poison tree, because it doesn't sound to me, although, listen, I'm not a police officer. I'm not an attorney. I can't tell you if it was legal or illegal. It doesn't sound like they did anything wrong. So then you're outside, and then what?
They let me. They put me in the car for 2 hours until the warrant came through.
What did your daughter do? I'm more concerned about her.
I had her. I gave her my cell phone right as he grabbed my coat, and I said, "Call your mom."
Okay. So now you were charged then with what? Possession of. And then where did it go? Then where did it go?
It went possession of a firearm, interference with an investigation.
How did you interfere with an investigation?
That I don't know yet.
Okay, that might just be something they aggravated, put it on there, and you'll get it off. But okay, so what are you calling about? What are you calling about right now? Did they ever get the warrant to search?
They got the warrant to search, but that wasn't what they asked for. Financial devices, nothing about firearms. And even securing the scene, they still had to wait.
No.
They had me step out.
Hold on.
No?
They don't have to say we want to search for firearms. No.
It has to specify.
No. Listen, if they found a firearm in your coat, I'm going to bet you that they don't have to now put it on the search warrant because they already found it.
Okay.
And they here's what I think. They found it. You see, you're allowed to secure scenes. They're saying it wasn't a search. They're saying they were securing your body. Like, for example, like patting you down. That's not considered a search. I mean, it can be. If they just pull you over and do that without any kind of suspicion, it's weird. But here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Coat in my hand.
I understand, but they wanted you to take that coat. Why? I don't know. But because they grabbed it, and he was putting it on you, and he was going to take you out.
No, he didn't put it on me. No, he didn't put it on me.
No, what I meant was...
Step outside.
Ryan...
Yes.
He wanted you to wear the coat. I don't know why. But because that coat was going to be on you, or with you, I think that he had a right to go through the pockets. And because... Get Joe Lazara, if you can, Daphne, please. And then I think because of that... the firearm was enough to charge you. You see, had they come in your house, this is what I'm thinking. I'm not quoting, some judge or some cop. I don't know. But I think if they just, like, for example, came into your house and went looking around and went over to your jacket and started feeling it, I think that would have been wrong. But because they were kind of tricky, and I think what they did was they grabbed that coat for you to put on purpose, so they had an excuse to go through it. But why would they suspect that coat?
But I had the other coat.
No, but it doesn't.
Already.
I understand, Ryan. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you had another coat.
On me?
I don't know why they wanted you to take that coat. But you're going to make an argument that what? That how dare they want me to wear a black coat when I was wearing green jeans, or what? What is your argument?
Because the keys to my house and my car were in my hoodie, and that's why I said, no, I'm going to take my hoodie.
Why do you think where were you, Sir George?
Ryan, bottom line, did you did you have a firearm?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
Did you have it illegally?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
It was my grandfather's.
I mean...
Okay, but still...
what is he going to do?
No, I understand. But Ryan is saying, even if I... And this is true, by the way. Even if I did have an illegal firearm, you're not allowed to find that illegally. If you do, it's fruit from the poison tree.
But what he described, I agree with you. I personally don't feel...
It sounds like they were securing the scene, not searching the house.
That's right.
And he's thinking they were searching the house. I want to ask our attorney, Joe Lazara. So hang on, all right? We will do that. I think it's really important. David Salisbury can help with your will. What if you don't have anyone to act as your personal representative? Who would you write down as your personal representative? David Salisbury, that's a good question. And you do wills, probate, estate planning, all of this. What do you do when somebody says, I can't think of anyone?
It's an issue, and it happens more often than you think. Either they have family they don't want to deal with, or they don't have family, and a lot of people don't even have close enough friends. Well, you could choose a financial institution or a bank. Problem with that is you've got to have a substantial estate, at least over $1 million, or the banks won't touch it because they don't make any money off of it.
What about an attorney?
Issue.
What about an attorney or a law firm?
Sometimes attorneys and law firms will act as your personal representative, and a lot of them will put that in the document if the client wants to, because otherwise, if you don't have someone, the court's going to appoint someone, and that's not a good result for anybody.
So your advice is to find someone?
My advice is if you've got a big enough estate, find yourself a bank, go interview the trust officers, see whether you want to work with them, or you ask your attorney or someone like that to step forward and act as your personal representative, and they may or they may not.
This is very, very weird, David. It's a topic that probably comes up more than we think. So be thinking about that, people. And I would say forge relationships in your life of people you can trust as well. But David Salisbury's there to answer questions. Always initial consultations are complimentary. And when he does things on a unit-by-unit pricing. He'll tell you what one thing will cost to get done, and it's done. You don't have to worry about nickel and diming. I love the way David Salisbury runs his law firm. 720-493-3911. Wills, probate, estate planning, trusts. 720-493-3911. And you can search David Salisbury on the referral list at referralist.com.
This report is brought to you by KFC.
There's a few slow
That guy's as sketchy as he gets.
Oh, in my opinion, it was February. That's why they handed him the heavy coat. He might be standing outside for hours.
I'm wondering if
he was acting guilty as shit going to want to get his jacket.
He admits that he had a firearm illegally, so he's pissed he got caught.
Yeah, but they did do an illegal search.
He's thinking it's an illegal search.
I'm wondering when he was walking in, they seen him. He was wearing the black coat, and they seen that he had looked like a pistol.
That dude he's sketch, man.
There's also
I talked to him a long time.
He knew they were coming for him before.
I know. I happened to notice the undercover cops in the parking lot.
God, it's been 30 years since I was with Sheriff's Department, but there's something in there about incidental, the word incidental, that was found incidental to the standard procedure of securing the scene and the person.
And he did invite him in, apparently.
Well,
he even kind of admits that.
Well, yeah.
I was talking to the dog.
Yeah, he was saying,
in hindsight, after they found the gun, I remembered I was talking to the dog. I bet he was as nervous as shit.
No, the dog got out.
Yeah.
See, that's what happens when the cop came over, the dog ran out.
Yeah. I buy that part, that the dog got out and started. But
And why did he have a gun in his fucking jacket?
Yeah, in the pocket.
They found guns
concealed
downstairs too. He had some rifles and stuff.
It was also well, the rifles he could have, but in the pocket was considered concealed. I know he didn't have a CCW.
No, you can't even have a gun.
I know.
And he's got a little girl.
Yeah, well, I know he can't have the gun, but on top of that, he's got a concealed.
Well, but it's in his own house.
It's in his own house.
It was in his coat pocket, though.
But it was in his house.
Still in his house.
I guess that's true.
Where in your house would be concealed.
Well, but I'm thinking that February got something to do with it.
I'll bet you he was wearing that and they seen that he had a bulge.
I still like to know what they think he actually did. Did he ever say? Why were they there? That, to me, is the most interesting
They
part.
thought he had stuff on his computer that would link this other guy with a credit card scam.
Oh, so he was, it sounds like he was part of the credit card.
Hey, Tom.
Maybe not.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. If you're a drug addict, I think you know that it's not going to end well, that you're never going to control it. Never, for a long period of time. But those who have addicts in their lives, they sometimes suffer more. If you have an addict in your life and you need help, you don't know where to turn, what to do, you have a million questions, the Raleigh House will answer those questions free of charge with no obligation, with caring, loving staff. So please remember this number and pass it around. If you want to ask about rehab, about treatment, about the Raleigh House itself, about free programs, about how long programs are and what they do and how they operate, please call this number. Any question you have on addiction, they can answer. And I love that because so many times people don't know where to turn and are too embarrassed to talk to friends or family. Call the Raleigh House at any time, 720-893-5559. It's specifically an information line, 720-893-5559. Joe Lazare is a criminal defense attorney. I need to ask him some advice here. Joe, thank you for being here, sir.
You bet, Tom.
Hey, Joe. So, Ryan, of course, we have to only go by what he says, but I just want to recap it for him. So he had an employee one time who got involved with credit card theft and thievery and all that, and he worked with him, and that guy went to jail. Ryan is a convicted felon, and so one day he notices the undercover cops in his parking lot snooping around. They come to his door, and they have photographs of him under surveillance, apparently buying stuff at a convenience store, and I have no idea why they have pictures of him buying stuff, but he said he had no idea either, but they wanted to know if he was involved with this other guy, and he said, no, he just worked for me, blah, blah, blah. And they said, okay, I see you got computers in your house. Can we look at them? He said, no. And so they're inside the door, and he wouldn't let them see the computers, and they said, we'll get a warrant, but we need you and your daughter to step outside while we get a warrant. They want to preserve the scene. Are they allowed to do that, say step outside while we get a warrant?
Yeah, and that's essential. They want to preserve and
protect
the scene.
Now, then they say, then he says, let me grab my hoodie.
No, hold on. Hold on. The officer said, grab a coat for your daughter and grab a coat for yourself. So I grabbed a coat for my daughter, and I said, I'm going to grab my hoodie. I need my car keys and my house keys.
All right.
And so I went to grab my hoodie, and he said, take the black one.
I understand. Now, I'm not going to split hairs, Ryan, so that's good. Okay, that's how it happened. So, Joe, for some reason, he said, grab this coat. And it was in February. Maybe he thought he'd be too cold with the hoodie. I don't know, okay? All I know is he insisted he take a coat hanging on the door instead of the hoodie. Ryan had the hoodie in his hand, and he thinks that it was wrong for the officer to force him to take the coat. Now, Joe, before we get into anything else.
I never took the coat, though.
Okay, I understand that. Okay. He had it in his hand, and he wanted you to take it, and you never took it. But what he did while he had it is go through the pockets because, again, if he's going to wear it, he wants to make sure the guy doesn't have anything to wear. I mean, to hurt him with, probably. So he found a gun in the pocket. Now, he was charged with illegal possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. But what I want to know, Joe, by him grabbing that coat, saying, Ryan, put this coat on, or put this coat on, and Ryan had a hoodie, but then can the officer use as an excuse, I was simply preserving the scene and securing the subject, and I went through the pockets to make sure there was nothing in there because he was about to put on the coat? Or can Ryan say, that's BS, I didn't want the coat, I had a hoodie, the only reason he picked the coat up is to search it illegally? I mean, does he have some kind of case here, in your opinion, as a illegal search?
No. Couple different issues. The first issue, the officer may have chosen to give him the black coat over his hoodie because maybe the hoodie he thought had evidentiary value, or perhaps he thought it was hiding some type of contraband or something of that sort, so that could have been an issue.
In other words, he wanted to leave the hoodie in the house.
He wanted to protect it for some reason. With regards to handing the black coat, I don't think it's unreasonable to do a pat down or search of not only the coat but also of him, and that's just an officer safety issue.
Okay, so now you're talking to a defense attorney, Ryan. This is someone who who wants to blow holes in this thing. So he's saying it's not that weird that he grabbed the coat for you to put on and then patted it down. Why are you so offended that he wanted you to wear the coat?
Because I already had the hoodie in my hand, and he could have easily taken the jacket I was going to wear and search it if he needed to secure the situation. He didn't need
but I don't think this is a constitutional issue, Ryan. Do you? Now, Your Honor, I know what I want to wear. I want to wear a hoodie. I mean, come on.
My keys and my stuff from my house were in that coat, and I made that very clear.
Ryan,
Yes.
Okay,
But
so
if
you're trying to get the evidence thrown out because it was illegally searched, right?
Yes.
Bottom line.
Yes.
Okay, do you think there's any prayer of that, in your opinion, Joe?
I think it's small, very small. The other issue potentially, the initial entry into the residence. But I think the issue on the coat is...
Oh, wait till you hear how that went down. Tell him, Tom, how the original...
I don't care
He
about
said
that.
he was telling his dog to get in, and the cops walked in.
Yeah, but, okay.
And I think they'll get by that issue as well.
But listen, so Ryan, what you need to do is lawyer up. And you do. And I don't recommend Joe Lazzara because he's not going to be on your side for that illegal thing.
I know, but yeah, and that's what I was kind of after. I was only hearing my lawyer's side, and it's one thing. And
Did your lawyer say that he thought it was an illegal search?
He said that there was a good chance that there was an illegal search because there was a recording from the Greenwood Village officer had his recorder on.
So?
And I don't know. It was that they were calling for a warrant at the time and asked me to step out and grab a coat. He didn't specify a coat at that time. I said I'm going to take my hoodie and I'm going to take and I grabbed my dog's jacket.
Man, I really think you're hanging on to a straw here, man.
Straw.
I mean, to me, Ryan, don't go. Listen, man. I don't want you being charged with something because of my opinion. I'm just saying. No. To me, it sounds foolish. But did your attorney actually, after interviewing you and looking at all the evidence, did your attorney actually say this is a good argument?
He said it's a possible argument.
Okay.
He's like, I can at least get one juror to believe it.
Okay.
I want to ask Joe a question.
Well, you got to be quick because I got to take a break. But go ahead. Hey,
Joe, if a cop has a search warrant for something particular, let's say they think the husband took the kid. So they're looking for a kid, and they have a search warrant to come in, and they open up a bread box, which, of course, a kid can't be in, and find a brick of cocaine. What happens? Can they actually arrest you for the cocaine?
That's a much more complicated issue. Maybe they'll express that type of evidence, but let's say they're looking for illegal handguns.
Yeah.
But, Joe, do they have to say, do they even have to say what they're looking for?
How about if they're looking for a laptop and find cocaine?
Do they, Joe, do they actually have to specify what they're looking for?
Not entirely, no. It depends how they write that affidavit. Long as they can support whatever they're searching for with probable cause.
But here's what I'm saying. In this case, they wanted financial records. So I would make an argument that, yeah, you know what? This guy could hide him in the refrigerator or somewhere else, just like with a kid missing. I look in the bread box because there might be something in the bread box leading to where the kid is. I mean, I don't know. Joe, I think that they get pretty much latitude when you get a search warrant, don't you?
He didn't.
They
have
do,
the search
and the only way you
yet.
attack it is the probable cause affidavit to support.
He didn't have a probable cause. They didn't have the search warrant active yet.
Ryan, it doesn't matter that they did not have the search warrant. They did not search your house. They just grabbed a coat for you. I know. And then say it again. I already had my hoodie. Why did they grab the coat? I know. I understand that. Joe, another question. What is it? What does it mean? Fruit from the poisonous tree in a search? Have you heard that expression?
Yeah.
I watch a lot of TV. Okay, go ahead.
So it's basically if you're doing something, if part of your search is restricted, like Mark said, you're looking for guns and you find drugs, different things like that. Is that evidence admissible? And that's really what the law is. Fruit of the poisonous tree. You're finding a benefit. You're finding the drugs as part of an illegal search.
But what if it is a legal search, but you're searching for something, like Mark said, clues to where this kid might be, and then you find drugs?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically, that term is a legal metaphor to describe evidence that is evidence that's obtained illegally. Okay,
illegally. Okay, but what about searching financial records on his computer and he comes across child porn? Again, this is not this case. I'm not talking about anyone in particular, Ryan. But what if...
No, I know.
What if they were searching that and found child porn? Would that be inadmissible? Can they charge him on a separate charge now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
As long as it was a legal search is what you're saying.
Right. Well, like if they're searching his computer, if they find child pornography or something of that sort, or evidence that he murdered somebody, that's
okay. I really appreciate it very much, by the way, Joe. Julia, what's your comment?
I was just going to comment about Ryan and the gun. Why would he have a gun in his pocket with his young daughter there?
You know what? That's a whole separate question. Hold on a second. I guess, Ryan, why do you have a gun if you know you can't? Why did you have one?
I actually had 3 of them, and they were all from when my grandpa passed away.
And so it was sentimental.
And yeah, it was actually going over to my mom's house.
And why was it put in your coat? Were you going to carry it and conceal it?
No, I was actually going to take it back out. I just didn't want my...
So he had it in his pocket, but he was going to take it out for all to see.
Was it loaded?
Come on, you're illegally possessing it. Even though, I don't, listen, do you know what I found out? And I'm going to say this, and I'm not saying Brian's a bad guy or something, because his charges were a long time ago, but here's what I want to say. If ever... and I'm talking to all of you people, if ever you need an excuse for something, talk to a convict. Talk to someone who's been convicted. They have a frickin' excuse for everything. It's amazing. And they can come up with them in like 10 seconds. You ever see, they're the best excuse makers I have ever seen. Well, that gun, it was in your pocket. It's my grandpa's sentimental value. I was going to pull it out and carry it on the dash so everyone could see it. You know, but it's illegal. You shouldn't have it to begin with. Oh no, I was going to have my sister do it. You know, it's just like, and it's so instant, it's amazing. Convicts, every one of them, you go to that prison and you talk to one after another, and my God, you will hear the most creative excuses you have ever heard in your entire life. Ever. One Clear Choice garage doors for your garage door needs, and I mean they are the best. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. If you want a free inspection, safety tune-up, hinge bolts adjusting, and lubrication, mention Martino and get that free job. They put the sticker on there because they want to be your future company. That's OneClearChoiceDoors.com.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW and iHeartRadio.
The second you pick up the code,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
you're going to feel the weight of that gun.
But no, right to his grandpa's.
Please tell him, please, and thank you.
I wonder if it was loaded. I still say,
That would've been a good
if
question.
they're going in for financial records on a computer, they're going in there to get a laptop that you think they have, and they decide to look in your fucking freezer after they find the laptop and find a brick of cocaine.
No, Mark.
I think that's that forbidden fruit.
Mark. You didn't present that to Joe. You said, but if they narrowed their search to financial records or his computer, you're damn right. They narrowed it.
That's right.
But if they don't narrow it, and also, here's what judges do sometimes. When they say, we're looking for financial records, the judge may even say, where? Do you want his computer, his bank account? Where are you going to look? The judge is the one that can impose restrictions. You know, here's something really amazing. Searching is really taken seriously. Good judges will not give people unfettered access to
First thing they want to know
like you
is
see in the
what
movies,
problem.
they rip everything out. They don't do that, man, unless there's some really badasses going.
Ross is just at lunch. He's on his way here. He'll be in the studio in 2 minutes. He's just going to come.
Good job, Pat.
Way to go. WTG.
What was probable cause in any arrest? You better be able to come up with a reason.
You know it. You know, even and you know that's another thing. A poisonous tree, like you stop somebody for traffic, and you kind of get a look illegally. It's like, but here's what a lot of guys. Do you mind if I look around?
And they let you.
People say yeah because they feel like they're going to be guilty.
Or they have it right out there.
Sight, yeah.
Hey, what's that bottle of Jack Daniels doing there?
Open sight. Other probable cause. They smell something in the car. Marijuana, alcohol.
How about if they do a bullshit pullover and you have it on your own dash cam? The cop lies while he pulled you over. Find shit. They'll throw it out.
You didn't stop completely at the stop sign. You wandered over the line. Your license plate is
You know,
out.
by the way, Deputy Clint, why did you say you couldn't find any shells to go in that space? 60 inches is the most common width in the world.
When I looked online, I know when I looked online, that's what I thought, that everything, because I was looking for bookcases, not shelves. Daphne said she was looking for shelves.
We don't want bookcases. I want to store the water and all that.
I know, I misunderstood. What are you trying
But
to
they have
find?
60-inch bookcases all day long. 60 inches is very common.
I found 63, 54. I found a lot of weird.
There are a lot of 54s, but 60s are common.
That's what I thought.
I want to first of all, I want to straighten up our office, and I want it to be neat, okay? And I want to put in that open space we have with the water and all that shit, I want to put nice shelving there, and I just want to organize stuff, because I think that mentally we just feel better when we're in a better environment. I want those old computers, I need to have somebody assess them if they're, are they not worth anything, Mark? But I heard that once Mikey came in and said, you should take the RAM, or you should take this, instead of just, come on. Hey man, I just want to ask you about affordable housing because you've been up on it.
Find out all the event details and incredible offers.
Someone said you did something this
You got a
weekend,
couple
right?
shows on them, huh?
Yeah, I've done it a few times. I've been here. I've heard both of them. Both their shows.
Did you buy one? Are you with it?
That was an attorney on the second
Okay, guys. Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Frank
RandRealEstateMan.com. The best at buying and selling, and you will love him if you use him. You can refer him. He has a miraculous record with us. He's just a good guy, and he's a fierce negotiator, whether buying or selling. Frank Duran, TheRealEstateMan.com. Okay, Ross Kaminsky's here because we were talking about affordable housing. One guy called and said, where is it at? Where is it at? Man, I don't know. I'm living here, and I don't know what to do. Seriously. I mean, I kind of think I don't know the latest. So to sum it up, Ross, people bought affordable housing and they had to qualify for it in the beginning. Then once they had that house, there I guess were certain restrictions on selling. I'm not sure. You can fill it in. Then they sold to unwitting buyers who now are told you don't qualify for affordable housing, you got to leave. Is that in a nutshell?
Yeah, that is. And the city of Denver, and a lot of this stuff is up by Green Valley Ranch. So the city of Denver, unlike a lot of other places, did a terrible job in trying to make sure that these things would stay within the realm of affordable housing. Like, so some other places, some other jurisdictions would put like a $1 lien on it or something like that, so that if the house is going to be sold,
restriction,
or a deed restriction, so it would show up in a title search.
Right.
Denver didn't do anything like that.
So it's not the title company's fault because there was nothing to show up.
That's right. That's right. It's not the title company's fault.
Did the buyers of these affordable houses, the ones who qualified in the beginning, did they sign anything saying that they would never sell without first doing something?
Yeah, I believe they did, but it was on an addendum, you know, stapled to the end of the thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, they probably just tore that page off.
Or they didn't understand it.
Or they didn't understand it. So these people, and there's a few hundred of them now, who don't qualify for the homes that they're in. And at the moment, Denver is telling these people, you either have to qualify by proving that at some point you were low enough income, or you got to sell your house.
Well, at the time of sale, you were low enough.
No, but they're allowing them to prove that even at any time between the time of sale and now, if you ever qualified, they'll let you qualify. But almost none of these people will. And they're not rich people. We're not talking about $1 million houses. We're talking about, $275,000 houses.
If they don't, I would say that since we have a court of equity in this country, what judge would ever order them out because they were unwitting? They had no idea.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Did they overpay for the homes as well?
No, they paid market price for the... well, they paid more than the contract, more than the original restriction should have allowed them to pay.
So the original people actually were unjustly enriched?
Yeah, that's
now,
right.
The original people, the original affordable housing people, what were their rules? Could they only make a certain amount of money? Did they have to live in it a certain amount of time?
Don't know how long they had to live in it, but there was a maximum income that they could make to live in that. And again, this is not, we need to be careful about one thing. So people have these different ideas of affordable housing. One is almost like, and I'm going to use a word that isn't going to be popular, but almost ghetto kind of situation.
Right.
It is not. It is
the project.
It's the project.
Right.
This
Exactly.
is not that. These are single family homes for people who have jobs and make some money, but I don't remember what the limit is.
What was the special deal? As if you wanted affordable housing, they were cheaper?
They were cheaper.
What about down payments? Anything special there?
I don't know.
Or finance?
Yeah, so right across the street they could have the exact same house. It would sell for $300. That one, if I recall, they couldn't sell it for more than like 3% per year over X amount.
Over whatever the original price was, yeah.
So there's a limited escalation clause.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what was interesting about this out in Green Valley Ranch was, for many years, Denver real estate was kind of okay. Even when things got bad, it was mostly okay, but not really by Green Valley Ranch. And a lot of these homes, their market value for a long, long time never got to where it would have exceeded that escalation clause anyways, only in the last few years. And so really these are all transactions just in the last few years, and then real estate prices exploded.
So right now, what stage are we in?
We're in, the city has emailed these people, not emailed, sent these people letters saying you have to prove that you qualified at some point, or you have to sell, and a lot of these people are being represented by some attorneys.
What do you mean by sell? Sell for less than they paid?
Yes. Yes,
they have to sell. They have to sell under the affordable housing price.
They have to be suing the original people then.
Okay, so why can't they buy it from themselves?
Because these people are not rich, and so they would have to lose somehow, unless the city's going to make it up, which means taxpayers would make it up, the difference between what they paid at market price and the current price. Most of these people can't afford that.
Okay, so it's okay. Wow, it's not like investors came in and took advantage of it. So they have to sell at an affordable price, and those who buy must be qualified.
Correct.
Really, what kills me is the ones that did wrong are the ones that sold it for more than they were supposed to sell it.
Right.
Why would you punish the people in there now? Denver should be going after the people that did wrong.
Just like Ross said, even the ones who sold it, they truly maybe had no idea.
They might not have known.
But I think their real estate brokers have an awesome responsibility here.
Yeah, and I asked the lawyer about that. I asked the lawyer representing the people in the homes right now, some of them, and he said he believes the realtors have no legal liability here. I'm not going to get into I don't know the law of it, but he said he doesn't think the realtors have a problem. And one last thing, clearly if anyone did anything wrong, is the seller, right? But even those people, again, they're not rich. Maybe they made some money on the house that they sold, but the odds that they still have any of that money, when you're talking about people who are making $75,000 a year or something, that money, they're probably basically judgment proof, even though they made money a few years ago. The odds that they have anything that you could go after now are so low. And then it's political. Mayor Hancock and all these people, they're all about affordable housing. They're not going to go sue people who are probably in it.
How did Denver foobar it so bad, though? I mean, how do you not do anything?
A simple deed restriction recorded with the deed.
Yeah.
Like they used to.
They're idiots. I mean, they truly are idiots.
Do you know they used to have deed restrictions in some communities that you could not sell to a black? Did you know that? There were actual deed restrictions.
I had no idea.
Yes. Yes. Deed restrictions, though, are obviously the legal ones. They're really strong. I mean, they are very strong. Okay, folks, thank you very much, Ross Kaminsky. And, of course, his show follows this through, and we're going to start doing it, too. We're going to do this in concert, I believe, because I think this is a really important consumer issue. 303-713-TALK. He's on weekdays and 5 o'clock, right, in the morning?
He's up early, man.
I mean, I know it was 6, but I wasn't sure about the 5 o'clock.
I'm usually jogging and working out at that time in the morning.
Man, he does 5 to 10? He does 5 hours? Are you kidding me?
No, he might do 6. Are you sure it's 5?
No, wait, 6 is too much.
Here, Drew would know. Drew, when's he on? He's done his show.
5 to 10.
Holy moly.
5 to 10. That man works hard.
5 hours?
Wow. 303-713-8255. Golden Orchard Assisted Living. That's all I have to say. For the best. You can use your furniture, their furniture. These are assisted living homes. They're not nursing homes, but they take care of you. And they are cheaper, way cheaper than all the other facilities around. Between $4,000 and $5,000 for beautiful, beautiful, spacious homes, and it covers everything, including meals and snacks and outings. They have some dedicated to memory care. Look them up online, goldenorchard.com. You won't do better for your loved ones or for yourself. goldenorchard.com.
This report is brought to you by Lowe's.
There's quite a few highway slow spots.
I start listening to him at 6:30. Yeah, but that's it. The first hours.
I listen to him about every morning. I will bet you a high percentage of those people knew they weren't going to sell it.
I do too. They're the ones that
the one that called us there.
And I don't think they're judgment proof. I thought they bought it. I think they bought a bigger house.
The one that was back in December, but she went to court. She never let us know what happened after that. She knew it. The realtor knew it.
That means they signed some kind of.
But they went and bought it and they put the money down.
It is complete bullshit, though, man. Those people should be held responsible.
Yeah, I agree. Mayor Hancock, when he was doing it,
you don't screw the guys that got Okie. You don't screw the guys that got Okie dollars. You screw the other ones.
Not screw them.
No, you literally bend them over.
You're talking about Denver stupid. If you followed anything about Denver being the contractor that built TIA,
Do you know what FUBAR stands for?
Yeah.
How about Fanugis? Does anybody in here know what a Fanugi is? Fucking that's a good one, man. In Vietnam, when they drop off the new batch of guys, they call them Fanugis because, I mean, they didn't fucking know shit. See, you were different to me, man. I was in these rice paddies fixing helicopters. While you and your people, where were you again?
Hey, Tom,
We're ripping off people on the shoe joke in New Orleans.
He found some Lowe's. I have a Lowe's card, and I go to Lowe's every day. I pick it up and bring it up.
I'm not sure. I want to look at it. I'm gonna go. Why wouldn't you just do, honest to God, Amazon, or just have it delivered? Why mess around with it?
Okay, Mark, when I went to Amazon,
You put all those. Oh, I'll tell you who'll have whatever you want and be exactly what he wants, and it'll look good. IKEA. You really want to get
I
something?
think,
Go to
yeah,
IKEA.
but then IKEA got to put it all together.
Daphne puts that.
You're just buying a picture of something.
You could put IKEA stuff together, right?
Mark, on Amazon,
Oh, Mark, we all can.
No, but she can't.
Mark, on Amazon,
I'll bet you lunch you can't put together
No,
15
Mark,
bookcases.
organizer store somewhere like, or Home Depot. Just
Tom Sawyer.
fix it. 24/7 is here. FixMyHome.com. We were going to do a contest, doggone it. We
Just don't have time. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to do a contest with their logo. Oh my God, their audio logo, their jingle.
Jingle.
I can't stand it. You want to hear it? Can you?
He can play it. It's missing a little bit.
Hey, can you play the audio from this computer? You can, right? If I go to his logo, his jingle.
I think he's got it wound up in there.
Here, I want you to hear it. It's but meanwhile, Karina has a comment on the gun guy. Go ahead, Karina.
Hi.
Hey.
My thought is, I'm not a detective, but the coat, was that surveillance picture of him in that coat, and that's why the cop grabbed that coat so he could nail him?
I don't think it matters, but maybe.
Yeah, because he would, he said something about the surveillance picture. Is this you? It sure looks like you.
That dude seems so sketch from the beginning of the call. I noticed the undercover cops all around.
Exactly.
I have found something on this show that, Karina, people grab onto things. And it's not just like he with that coat saying, why did he insist on that coat? And I had my hoodie. And he keeps saying it over and over. We get people with consumer problems that'll grab onto something and they feel like it's like the end all. And it doesn't mean that much. And it's amazing to me how they put everything into that. Okay.
He faces real big problems, man.
Brad has a landscaper. Guess what? He's owed money.
It's that time of year.
By a contractor. Brad, what's the name of your company?
Intermountain Landscape.
And who owes you money?
Dave's Earthworks. He has a landscape supply business called Majestic Materials.
Why does he owe you money?
I landscaped his new facility in Fort Lupton.
Put a lien on it, man.
I've already done that.
Why don't you start foreclosing?
All right. How do I do that?
You get an attorney to do it. No, I'm serious, Brad. So many people put liens on there, but if he doesn't have equity, it's not going to do much good. Do you think he has equity?
Yes.
You know what? You could have some fun. Years and years and years ago, I helped a window covering lady. I'm telling you that this guy snubbed her and said, forget you. And we started foreclosure proceedings on a commercial building for a $4,500 window job. She got paid so fast, he could not believe it, because literally his place would be put up for sale. And it doesn't matter if it's a $4,500 lien or a $45,000
They auction it, man. It's a real deal.
You have lien rights. Now, he'll contest it. He'll try to contest everything. But if you have, Brandon Siglian could help. Brandon Sigley.
God, is he detail-oriented.
Tell him you want to go get him, man. Tell him you want to actually start foreclosure. And if he won't do it, we'll give you someone else. But you want someone aggressive who'll start foreclosure. Just do it. I mean, and stop fooling around.
Or Guido.
Yeah, it's been since December. And now he won't talk any longer.
Yeah, you know what? You have to get his attention, Brad. You really do. And that's what I would do. I would start foreclosure. If you want, you know, we can put in a call for you because we help. Sometimes that helps, Brad. Do you want us to do that?
We could try that.
All right, hold on. Clint, Deputy Clint, go talk to Brad on line 2. By the way, did you get any calls through that you can report on? No. Dang. We've been trying. Okay, Craig, what's going on in your life, Craig?
Tom, we've got a loan with Quicken Loans.
Yeah.
Our mortgages with Quicken Loans. We had the hail damage from the storm a year ago.
Okay.
And we got all the work completed. Our contracting company sent Quicken Loans a copy of lien waiver.
Yeah.
So that they're not worried about there being any subcontractors in the future or contractors saying that there's a lien on the property.
So what's the bottom line? You can't get them to endorse it?
Well, some supplemental claims that were turned in by our contractor were sent to Quicken Loans. They are holding them now. They will not release them because they had a third-party inspector, who I think is a clown, come out and inspect the house and then report back to them that only 95% of the work was completed. And it all boils down to the fact that on a west window that was never broken by the hail, only the screen material. The screen material we did not replace because we're going to replace all the windows with updated energy-efficient windows.
Are they saying you were attempting to defraud them?
No. He's saying that the job is 5% incomplete. So are they ascribing 5% to one screen?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Come on.
No, I just got off the phone with Quicken Loans because we haven't been out. The inspection was done 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so what did Quicken say? I understand the independent guy's an idiot. So what did the Quicken say they're going to do?
Well, they said they're going to check further from whatever department looks over that type of thing.
Was the window itself in the claim, though? I really need to know that.
Only the screen.
Okay, that's crazy then. Deputy Daff would be perfect for this.
Yeah, but you know what? If they say they're going to check, they're not idiots. I mean, they just want to get the thing done. It sounds like this guy is just trying to earn his keep, by saying, hey, But
he never even got up on the roof. He told me that he does 20, 30 inspections a day, but yet for having had the roof replaced, he never got up on a ladder to check the roof. But yet he's making a focal point.
I know, but there's nothing you can do about it. There's no sense crying about that because that's their system. They have an idiot that they use, and they go by what he says because he's their eyes and ears in the field. Now, what I would do is I would have your contractor start reaching out to the guy and arguing with the guy. Or I would have, as to what is like...
What does the dollar represent, the dollar amount represented, the 5%? What is it? How much?
No, it's the whole claim. Are they holding up the whole claim?
Holding up, we're talking several $1,000s.
Yeah, here's what
claims is being held by.
Here's what I would do. Here's what I would do. I would have the contractor put a lien on the house,
or put a screen on the window.
I would have. Well, he doesn't want to buy a screen because, hold on, he's getting all new windows and screens. But did you get paid for that screen? If you did, Mark has a point. I mean, there is no harm to you by putting it on. It's waste, but no harm.
Well, this was suggested by Quicken. We replaced the screen, and they, on their dime, as was the last inspection by the third-party inspector, will be on their dime to have another inspector come out and look to see if that screen has been replaced.
Well,
which is way more than the dollar. It's $5 worth of material.
Listen, I told you what to do. Okay, you either put the screen on, forget that, put it on, or have the guy put a lien on it. Have them all put liens on it, and you tell them withhold enough money for that stupid screen, and let's argue about that separately. That's the way you do it. I want to play their jingle on Fix It 24/7 so people can.
Fix It 24/7. Our name says it all. When you need home repairs, just give us a call. Plumbing, heating, air conditioning.
Yuck.
Anytime, day or night, we're here for you.
Okay, you can.
You'll be thinking about that.
Sounds like Barney. Remember when your kids were little?
24/7. Hey, so give us a special, man, since we had to endure that.
All right, tell you what, Tom. The first 20 callers right now will become part of our green membership for only $59. That's less than $5 a month. You get 4 visits a year, one from AC.
Visit Lady Luck Casino Blackhawk for exhilarating gaming action and non-stop thrills. Play the hottest new slot machines.
We'll give it tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'll do it again.
We'll give it tomorrow.
You said for less than so-and-so, they call. and then
The problem is people don't know what that is. They don't even know what they're calling.
That's why I told you.
Tell me what it is so I can explain it.
Oh, he's right. He said I need about a minute to explain it.
Okay, well.
Let's do it tomorrow.
Let's do it tomorrow. Where are you going to be?
I'll send myself a reminder.
We'll just call yourself.
Okay, it has to be at the beginning of the show.
Okay.
So I get on the plane at 12.
Okay, Mark?
Yes,
Fine with me, Amazon?
What?
Oddly enough, 90% of the shelf units or pins on Amazon, they don't give you a size. The most important thing, they don't give you a size. About 90%.
What do you want to bet? How many lunches?
Clint, I gotta call bullshit, and I don't like doing it because you get so offended.
Look at Amazon. Look, I mean,
You don't know where to find the spam.
You get so offended.
No, I go to specifications, they'll give you color.